From the Bill House studio, Tony Gwynn Jr. Why do I sound so...
Because he doesn't have the right mic turned on.
I see.
Perfect start to the show.
I mean, we're literally 50 seconds into the show.
Wait, no, it's not you.
No, it's not. No.
It's on me. It was on me. I had the wrong mic.
Thank you for taking the blame.
Yeah, I'll take the blame.
My goodness.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had
50
the wrong
seconds
mic.
into the show, I've been falsely accused.
Let me start over. Welcome into the Bill House studio.
You can see why I made that mistake, though. I think everybody out there can.
You're just digging yourself a deeper hole, sir.
Everybody out there knows why I immediately
assumed
it was you. The sensible.
It's a reflex at this point.
That's right.
When
That's
you
a
go to the
reflex,
doctor and they hit your knee with the hammer,
and it pops up.
now it's just blade scraping.
Blame Skraby.
Yeah. Welcome in. Off day here for the Padres. So 4 hours or 3 hours of Gwynn and Chris, plus an hour of roundtable. We had that earlier. Good discussions with the group. Chris, Matthew, how are you guys today?
We're good. We're good. I did enjoy the roundtable this morning, and good wrap up to the month of April. And I think we all came to a similar conclusion. Number one, everybody out there, take a chill pill when it comes to Fernando Tatis Jr. Number two, be happy. Be happy. The team just had its winningest April in 28 years. Got to go back to the 1998 World Series team, Tony. They won 18 games in April. So did this team. So complain if you must. But it was a pretty good month all in all.
It was. And you did it without Joe Musgrove being a part of the rotation. You did it in part without Nick Pivetta being in the rotation. You've done it without Toddy having a homer. You've done it without Manny hitting, I don't know, what was he hitting? Just over 200?
Yeah, not much over, yeah.
You did it without Jackson hitting, was he hitting below?
He's right at 200 now, 200, I believe, yeah.
And you've won 18 games despite all of that. You lose Estrada at some point, and boy, there was a lot of people talking crazy about Jeremiah Estrada. You kind of miss him now, huh?
It'd be nice to have him in there. And there was also a lot of people talking crazy about A.J. Preller's unexplainable decision to hand over the reins of a Major League Baseball team to a guy that simply had no experience at all.
And we did. I forgot about that. That happened way back in, what was that, November-ish?
Yeah. I mean, there was absolutely no way that a guy who's never done it before could get the job done, except for the fact that the guy who had never done it before understood that he didn't know everything. And he spent the 4 or 5 months leading up to this season learning, bringing in smart people around him. And also, Tony, he's figured out his team very, very quickly. And I've given so many examples of where we've been impressed with Craig Stamen. The one the other night when he purposely should have been kicked out of that game, and he should have lost it because of that, insanely bad call, the ball, sitting in foul territory when Ty France picked it up. But Craig Stamen having the wherewithal to say, you know what, I got my Cy Young potential closer on the mound right now. Don't feel like getting in a 5-minute thing with the umpires to make him stand and wait. I mean, that's stuff that I don't think Lou Piniella thought of that when he'd go out to argue, or Tommy Lasorda or any of those guys. That's smart. Also, Nick Castellanos was in the lineup yesterday. Notice it was against a right-hander. He did not pick a day when a lefty was on the mound, but why? Nick Castellanos has always owned Jameson Taillon. To me, put him in a game where he's got the best chance to be successful. I think Stamen's been doing a hell of a job with that, and I'm sure if they lose some games, everybody will come out of the woodwork and say, he doesn't know how to stop the bleeding, or he doesn't know how to turn things around. But you got to be really pretty happy with what he's done so far if you're looking at it realistically.
Real quick, did you say 18 wins?
This month, yes.
This month.
Yeah.
This guy over here.
Do you not hear the fact that I said it was the winningest
I
April?
wasn't paying attention, but I immediately got a text message from a friend saying, get them because you got me in the beginning. It was they have 19 wins. And
I know what they have.
I know.
Your friend wasn't listening.
No,
very well.
no.
He almost got you. He almost
I would
got
never
you
leave
lambasted
myself.
some
I would
more.
never leave myself open to that kind of mistake.
Ian, never again.
Yeah, good try, Ian.
Ian's over here trying to stir the pot.
Never again, Ian.
From a text.
Making me look stupid.
Good try, Ian. But I don't know, Stamen, and you've seen it behind the scenes, Tony, traveling with this team, being a little bit more in a locker room, etc. The vibe seems pretty good. I know we say that, kind of as a general way of speaking, but I'm seeing a lot of people that are pretty pleased with what's happened, with this ball club in that regard.
Listen, I think Stam is just, as I said from spring training, he seems like he was born to do this in some ways.
Yeah.
And Stam as a player, and I only got to be around him for one spring training, but what I remember about him is he's very observant. He's not talking a lot. I mean, he'll have a conversation, no doubt, and he's very easygoing and easy to talk to, but he's observant. He pays attention to a lot of things that I bet a lot of people miss. And so the way he's handled the media, he's comfortable in his skin. The way he's handled his bench, his bullpen. I mean, even allowing Waldron to stay in Colorado or Vasquez to work through the one outing that kind of was bumpy for him. Just allowing the extra inning. We've seen it a few times. Marquez being allowed to continue. I think those are things that as a reliever himself, he understands the kind of mentality. And so all good grades in my opinion, at least.
And the one thing that I also noticed today, Tony, and I brought it up on the roundtable, was the old saying that the numbers don't lie, because with the Padres, the numbers do seem to lie. And I brought my trusty little yellow sheets to the roundtable today with my notes on them. But, through the first month of the season, right now, the Padres as a team ranked 22nd in Major League Baseball with an OPS of 693. So you say, well, yeah, okay, I get it, but their pitching has been dominant. Not really. The Padres team ERA is 4.23. That is 18th best in baseball. That is 3 spots lower than the Colorado Rockies of all teams. So you've got a pitching staff that hasn't put up huge numbers. The offensive numbers are not good, but 19-11 sure looks good. And so in a lot of ways, the numbers kind of belie what this team is doing. Now, a further dig on some of these numbers shows that although the OPS is 693 overall, in situations, Tony, that are late and close, as deemed by the statistical people, late in the game, important at bat type of thing, the OPS is 921. It's almost 300 points higher.
I don't even watch until 7th inning anymore.
Right, so. I know. Let's start tuning in at 8 o'clock every night. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, they clearly get better as the night goes on, and that's regardless of whether they're seeing the same starter or they've gotten into the bullpen at that point. I mean, closers don't want to see the Padres. They're ruining closers' ERAs for the year. So listen, and I only expect that the guys who aren't going will get going, and it's going to be. And it doesn't necessarily, as we went over in the roundtable, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to win 20 of their next 21. But,
right.
You can expect there to be a little more breathing room, and because they've played so many close games, and I hope everybody's paying attention to this. You've had a lot of usage of Mason. You've had a lot of usage of Jason Adam. Even though he's just now coming back, he's been thrown right into fire, and he's pitching like hasn't missed a beat. Motorhone hasn't necessarily looked the way he has. That bullpen has got some usage early because of the success, and so on a day where you see maybe Morgan and Bradgley and Hart. Those are going to be useful bullpen pieces. And until the Padres offensively start maybe winning games by more than 3.
Or how about building a lead?
And, in
the early innings.
You can expect that those guys are going to have, especially we're just getting through April, especially as you're trying to get through the dog days. It's going to be some days where he's got to go with the second guys, the guys who are behind the guys. You know what I'm saying?
But I like how he's been willing to do that.
He has to.
The fans don't want to do it. They want Mason Miller to get 4 outs every game. And I get that, but it's not the way to do it.
You can already see some attrition hitting Mason. He hadn't been touched, and all of a sudden, he getting a couple hits there. Or
do you know how many
here.
strikeouts he's had now out of the last 17 batters?
How many?
2.
Yeah.
Which at the beginning would have been unfathomable.
Right.
Nobody could hit the ball. So, yeah, I think he's not wearing out or anything, but you're right. I mean, he can't just go out there and throw the ball, right past their bats all season. But overall, 19-11 is a great month. They're a half game out of first place, turning the corner into May. And yes, you've got to believe that, never mind, some of these injured guys. I mean, look at who's still there. Griffin Canning hasn't debuted yet. Lucas Giolito hasn't debuted yet. Joe Musgrove hasn't debuted yet.
Yeah.
And if you get Pivetta back, that's 4 spots in the rotation. You don't even have enough room for these guys.
No.
In the bullpen, Estrada's going to come back. And as Tony said, you kind of miss him now because he's pretty effective most nights. You still have old Yuki Matsui that has to, I believe, be recalled by this Sunday based on some of the rules that I interpret.
No, I think that's
that
Canning.
get extended?
That's
Canning.
Canning. That has to be up by Sunday.
But I think Matsui, I heard something similar. But anyway, they've got a bunch of guys that are going to come back from injury. And then there's just no way. Jackson Merrill's not hitting 200 this year. Manny's not hitting 222. And, Fernando Tatis Jr., I didn't know this. I knew that he was leading the league in hard hit rate.
Yeah.
Ben Higgins pointed out this morning, he just set a baseball all-time record for most hard hit balls in 1 month.
Yeah.
And yet he's hitting 250 with 4 doubles.
I can see why he's slightly frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. I'll hold my thought because we got to go to break. We'll talk more Padres, possibly get into the what was the new thing that popped off? You just said
76.
The 76
team NCAA tournament.
Maybe we should be fortunate that they limited it at that.
I know it could have been 100.
Goodness.
100?
Let's get to break.
What are we gonna get? What are we gonna have? Southwestern, down the street state now.
Yes, Southwestern down the street state. Let's get to break.
Thank
I'm gonna get you a T-shirt.
We'll talk more about it on the other side. We're going to Chris.
Tune in.
hard-working partner, Skrabe, Tony Gwynn Jr., almost wishes they didn't. I know you love, hosting events in front of all kinds of people and standing up in front and having to do things like that. Most of us, live for stuff like that. We're broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios here. We know how. Tonight, big event, though, for the Padres. They have it every year at Petco Park. What is it called?
Dinner on the
Diamond. Sorry, I forgot very briefly there. But it's one of those, first of all, Skrabe, it's one of those events you and I are, we're not considered for something
I need to take out
we're not high enough on any pecking order for
seats at the table.
Yeah, we wouldn't even be. But Tony obviously is there. He's a big part of the ball club and the program, and everybody's down there and raising money and for good causes and getting together and putting their best foot forward, right? Everybody dresses up pretty good, Tony.
I think the theme this year is like whimsical something. So
whimsical something. Would that include like my Fred Flintstone Halloween outfit? It's whimsical. It's funny.
I don't think. I think we're thinking 1800s around that time.
Oh, I see. Whimsical
some type of
so like a Great Gatsby type theme.
Yeah, like a jackets with tails and.
Oh, brother.
I'm not
participating. On the tails.
I'm not participating because I didn't find out about this till late, and I don't have any, nice
clothes. Have anything whimsical.
No, so I'm gonna give him what I got. This is what I'm gonna do.
But you'll be part of the proceedings tonight out at Petco Park. Padres will be home again tomorrow for the White Sox. That means the major league leader in home runs coming to town. Murakami's got a dozen of them already. He and Tony's a good friend and our good friend. Will Venable.
I need to text him back. He texted me yesterday asking if we can get together for lunch or our dinner, and I don't know if I'm gonna have time today because I think the way the White Sox work. It sounds like he don't have any time on game day. Like there's just meeting after meeting after meeting. So I probably won't get a chance to see him like that. But, my buddy is coming.
He is, and the White Sox are much better than they have been. If you check out the AL Central standings, you'll see them kind of right in the middle of it all. All right, Tony, real quick, finish up your thoughts on Fernando. And I thought you had some good things to say to everybody on the roundtable today as well.
I forgot what I was going to say. What were we talking about?
I said I could understand how he's slightly frustrated.
Oh, that's what I was. Thank you, Skrabe. I don't think that he is expressing his frustration in the same way he has maybe in the past.
Is that good or bad?
I think that's good.
That's good.
I think he is solely focused on trying to get it where it needs to go. And remember, he's living it. He's going through it every day where he shows up to the park and is like, how am I? And listen, I could guarantee you that he is equally as concerned about him not having a homer at this point. More so than anybody else is. I can promise you that. And I just think he has done a good job of just trying to work through it. He's not, taking it into his bats because even though he's still hitting the ball hard. It's not as though he has tinkered to the point where now he's not hitting it. I think, and I explained this during the roundtable, there's a slot in there when you get your hands back and you start to bring, the knob to the ball. There's a slot in which your barrel gets to that allows you to get into the air. And you brought up his launch angle being down about 7 degrees compared to where it had been.
Yeah, and that's me doing analytic research, which either I'm proud of myself or I'm worried about myself that I'm doing.
You should be proud that you figured out where it was and how it affects things, right?
Yeah, right?
You know what I said when Chris brought this up? I perked up in my seat. I was like, "Hello,
is there a bat over there anywhere? We used to have one in here. I don't think
we sure.
Oh no, remember the great clean out of 2026?
Right.
Remember the 4.5 hour job it took to shape the studio up?
Took all the black soot out of here. Yes,
right,
I remember.
My lungs are better ever since.
The bat didn't survive.
When we're talking 7 degrees, I mean we're.
It sounds like a lot.
It does, but we're talking like a turn that much, right? A fraction of an inch that can get you there. And I just think once he finds that slot,
he keeps hitting the ball this hard, then somebody's going to have to pay the price.
They're going to be having to be fixing lights off of that scoreboard at some point because he's going to get going.
And when it happens, I'm assuming it's going to come in bunches.
I think it is. I think we'll be having a conversation in a couple months about Man, Toddy had 12 homers this month. Like, I could easily see something like that.
I know this is crazy. I always think back to the record-setting month in the steroid summer of 98 when Sammy Sosa hit 20 in the month of May.
Right.
Like, could you imagine? You could go from 0 to 20. You'd be leading the league.
That's ridiculous.
20. Yeah.
20 in a month.
Yeah. So those were somewhere aided.
That's wild.
All right. I have a question.
crazy.
It's been nagging at me all day. Maybe some of the
Is
other
it
people.
hot in here, or is it just
It was cold when we walked in. Now it's hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel kind of like it's typical in here.
Chris
And-
is the only person I know that doesn't bring a long sleeve anything.
Oh, no, I wear long sleeves often. I just didn't happen to today, and I'll pay the price later because it'll
When it
start
gets
getting
cold.
frigid in here.
Oh man, around Christmas to Feds is when the AC kicks on.
Absolutely. Before I ask you this question, Tony, we should let everybody know Steve Cangelosi, our regular Thursday interview, MLS on Apple TV. The struggles obviously continue for our local soccer club, and we'll discuss that and do our MLS go around with him coming up at the bottom of this hour. But all right, Tony, this is my pet peeve. You probably heard me say it before, but it happened on the first batter of the game yesterday. So why can't a pitcher catch a pop fly? And I do get the fact that it can be difficult to negotiate coming off of that mound, but making Jake Cronenworth run 70 yards for a pop-up while he's trying to squint through the sun to find it. Obviously, Ty France couldn't see it in the sun. I don't know. It's one of my pet peeves. Can we ever get this unwritten rule changed in Major League Baseball?
I don't think it's an unwritten rule. I just think that you guys aren't athletes, so they tell you to
get out of here. I can catch a pop fly.
No, you guys can't. Get out of the way. Let the professionals
you guys
do this.
You guys can't.
Just
I'm a
make a
position
pitch.
player.
That's what we need you to do.
Goodness, I didn't know I was going to get taken to the woodshed on this one.
I'm sorry, but pitchers, there are some great athletic pitchers.
But there's many who aren't.
But there's many who aren't.
Okay.
And, navigating that mound, we don't need anybody tearing an ACL or rolling an ankle coming down the mound. Just let the second baseman and first baseman figure it out. Now, listen, sometimes the sun is always undefeated. So, like, if it gets in there, welding glasses aren't going to help you.
Yeah, well, it's just as well because I forgot to point this out, but Ty France didn't have any sunglasses on, so wouldn't have mattered what the situation was. Ty, I'm just throwing that out there at you. I don't know. I hate it. I hate it. There's a pop-up. It lands 1 foot to the left of the pitcher, and he's not allowed to catch it. And,
I think there are circumstances in which they can't get there. Fine, have at it. But if it's a blast in the sky,
you got to just let
get
them
out the way.
Catch it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because we've seen third basemen come running across the diamond and catch the ball almost by the first base foul line before, tracking those pop-ups.
Not all infielders really enjoy those pop-ups.
I was going to say, they probably appreciate my rule.
Gold glover. Crone is good enough to be a Gold Glover. So, I mean, it's just one of those ones that happens.
Oh, there was no way he could get to it. Yeah. I mean, he already ran he needed oxygen by the time he got to where the ball landed. Anyway. It was just a crazy note from yesterday's game.
I really want to see now Chris trying to walk down a mound catching a pop fly. I would really love to see that.
Well,
I'm not saying that you can't do it because he does play a lot of softball. I think he probably can do it, but negotiating that mound might be tough.
Well, I get that. And that's the reason I think it probably was.
Especially in sandals as he wears all the time. There's no shot he's going to navigate that.
You need cleats up flip-flops.
All right, here's what we're going to try. This is how this is going to go now. Today we did our on the round table. Almost called the wound table. Yes.
What are we, Daffy Duck?
Yes. On the wound table, Ben asked everybody what their bucket list item that they want fulfilled. Tony's had this bucket list item for a long time. He shared it again. He wants to sit courtside at a Laker game. Seemed like Woodsy. And maybe, I don't know if he's speaking out of pocket, but that's why I'm throwing it out again to put more pressure on him. But Woodsy made it seem like he might have a contact or two that can maybe help make that happen.
Whoa.
In return, Woodsy's bucket list item was to stand at first. One of his items, he had a couple, but was to stand at first base and just catch a throw across the diamond from Manny Machado.
Ooh.
And I thought, Tony, if he gets you in the front row maybe you can talk Manny into throwing one over there. And, of course, Manny be going, what the hell am I doing again?
I think I might. Manny has an affinity for the Lakers. I think I might be able to pull it off if indeed he can get me
right. And so I'm figuring if that happens and Woodsy's on the field and he's taking throws for Manny, then I should go out on the field and they hit a couple of pop-ups to the mound.
I'll have Dave Macias load up the machine.
Load up the machine. You know, send him skyward.
You know what Sam and I have talked about for like the last year? We want to have a pop fly competition.
Oh, brother.
Sam says he would wipe the floor with me, and I do not. Yeah, that's why I want to have
wipe the floor.
He said not
with
even
you.
shit. You don't have
So
a
are
chance.
we talking about like balls hit in the like you're in the outfield?
Like we're shagging balls in the outfield.
Oh my
But
God.
off bat or machine?
Off bat.
Nah, I
mean,
think
can't you
don't
just
you have a
shag
better
batting
chance
practice?
off of machine?
I think you got a better chance off a machine.
Yeah, those
Okay,
balls
you
off
gotta
a
do it.
bat
You
can
gotta
do some
like,
things.
yeah, you
I
gotta
figure it's
read.
easier for us to just be put in the outfield while they're having batting practice than having to hold.
First of all,
You know what I
deal.
think?
I don't think they're gonna let you guys on the
I
field.
figured.
If the
No,
players
it's not.
are on there.
None of it's happening. The only thing that
This
might
is
be
gonna
happening
happen
is
when
that
they're not on the field.
the only thing that might happen is that Tony might get to go to the Laker game. But yeah, we're not going
I
out
can see
there.
Woods being able to receive
I
a
can
throw
too
from
because
Manny.
they have a good relationship. So I think that can happen.
Do you
Man,
think,
but
like-
you know, Manny'd be like, "What? That's what he wants
That's
me
your
to do."
bucket list is
Yeah.
to get a throw from me.
I would, since it's a bucket list, I would ask Manny to, go in deep foul territory where he was for the Arizona game and throw it from his hip, and then put it right on the money because that's one of the greatest plays
Real
I've ever
quick,
seen.
Yo Madre 777 on the chat says Sam was scared to shag balls when we were at spring training. I'm not sure Yo Madre is, but apparently he was scared.
Maybe
Maybe he's just talking trash.
he might be.
I'd be honestly willing. I'm not well, you might have to be a little patient, but I know I can get some fungos up in the air. I think we get.
Fungos.
I think we get
I could
you.
definitely get some fungos.
Right, that's what I mean. We get you and Sammy just out of some high school field one day, and we'll hit you some pop flies in center field and see how you do. I think that'd be hilarious
I'm
enough.
fine with it. The only thing that stops me from that is Chris has seen me try to catch a pop fly at first.
Yeah, I don't know that you'd win
just
this.
hit the ground. I didn't even get a
Wait
glove
a minute,
on it.
time out.
Didn't
You're
even get a glove
you're
on it.
admitting that you can't get your pop up in
Well,
softball?
it's been said on the show before.
Okay, so how do you think
Tony,
so
and it was
why
just
does-
a
so
soft
maybe
pop up too.
So maybe Sam is onto something when he said he'd clean the floor.
No.
maybe Sam thinks that out of 20 fly balls, he'd beat you 1-0.
This was also in the days of my shoulder
Oh.
being bad, so I couldn't put my
So he
arm
couldn't
up in
reach
the
up.
air,
I
so
got you.
There you go. So you get it, Tony?
Now I can. See? Now I can. Now I
He
can.
was struggling to get the.
Now I can.
Yeah.
So now you can get your arm up there to make it a little easier.
Also, my hand reaches a little bit further up than Sam, so I have
Oh,
a little bit of an apex over
Before
him.
you enter,
So this means that all outfielders that are taller should
Yeah,
have
should
an
be better.
advantage.
Why do you think James Wood was able to rob that home run
Oh
today?
my God, this
6'7".
is hilarious.
Are you kidding me?
that didn't hurt him. All guests on 97.3 The Fan will join us on the SDCCU Fan Hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. And on that hotline, we will talk some soccer with Steve Cangialosi next on Gwynn and Chris.
Ben and
You have these things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. You're shot making.
With my what?
Shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
Padres with an off day today.
Skraby spent the whole break trying to convince, I think, himself that he could catch a fly ball.
Yeah, I'm getting less and less confident about this.
We thank everybody who has already volunteered their services out there.
My guy Brandon Decker.
Yeah, everybody wants to
one
hit
of the
us
coaches,
fungos.
assistant coaches at Del Norte, has volunteered Del Norte for a pop-up competition.
Adam says that he'll go out and film us at a school or
goodness.
a field
Everybody's
if we
in on
want,
this.
but I would love to do something like this.
We may have to actually announce when that is to other people,
so they can come check it out.
yeah,
for sure.
in the crowd.
Steve Cangelosi will join us play-by-play on MLS Apple TV. He'll join us talk a little SDFC here shortly.
Oh no, Skraby's down.
Man,
he took one off the head.
I was about to say, if you let us bring a camera out there and a ball
I
goes
don't
up
care.
and it clocks you right in the forehead,
You better put that on the internet.
it's 100% it's going on.
It
Okay,
has
wait
to
a
go on the
second.
internet.
Before we can agree to this, then we're going to have somebody who is an EMT out there
For sure.
honor
For sure.
or offer their time for free to be out to monitor any injuries.
Yeah, can we get like a brain surgeon out there as well, just in case? Just in case.
I have a feeling it could go bad, man.
As the old saying goes, it could go a little cattywampus on you.
There's a reason why Sam is feeling so confident.
I don't know.
Why?
I don't think Sam's going to exactly cruise under the ball and make a basket catch.
You think it's going to be like a 1-0 deal
I think it
out
could
of
be
20 balls?
Well, I don't want to say anything because I got to catch a couple of pop-ups myself. So on the mound
Oh, that's
before I
Oh,
before I
you
sit
know what?
back
I'm
and
more
watch
worried
these
about
guys
Chris.
go to
Do
work.
you own any like cleats, some soft cleats?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I play softball. I don't play softball.
I didn't know you guys
I don't
wear.
play softball in my flip-flops.
No, he has flip-flop cleats.
No, he
There's
doesn't.
spikes on the bottom of them.
I don't have cleats, but my
I
shoes
only
have
see
a pretty
you wear
good traction.
shoes on days you're refereeing
Yeah.
or you're doing the girls'
No, I have
women's game.
The ones I wear for softball are not cleats at all, but they're certainly gripping enough that would qualify.
Okay.
I wouldn't have to go out and buy another pair just for that item.
This is the second time that we are kind of getting close to one of these little competition things. We had Skraby do the basketball thing that one time. We weren't
and
there
he
for
never
that.
ended up.
And by the
Well,
way,
he says he did that.
I
and he-
showed you. We can't do it right now. Our guest is on the line, but I
Okay.
showed you the video of me
Listen.
making the 3-pointers.
Let's bring Steve Cangelosi on right now to talk a little MLS on Apple TV. Steve, how are you? Thank you for your time today.
You're talking about 3-pointers. My range is about 8 feet. So it's good to be with you.
You're in the paint then, huh? You're not getting too
Yeah, I'm
far.
in the paint. Yeah.
Steve, SDFC in a little bit of a skid right now. They have lost, I don't know how many it is in a row.
I think it's five in
a
a
row. And
yeah.
this is a team that got out the gates good, and it felt a lot like last season. What have you seen from this team, and why do you think they have struggled? I know they've had some injuries. They're still working, kind of getting healthy there, but this has seemed a little bit concerning for the fans here in San Diego.
And it should be, because it's winless now in 8 games in all competitions, and it's twofold. Number one, I think you should have an expectation of finishing these games with 11 players on the field. And that has been a difficult function for them. Look, it happens. Yellow cards and red cards sometimes are the price of doing business. If you have midfielders and attacking players and defenders with some bite in their game, it's going to happen. But what I think is inexcusable is when that second yellow card comes for something you're verbally saying to a referee.
Right.
They have to get that out of the vernacular. And I think the other problems are enhanced by that when you have a team that's giving the ball away a little bit too much, and we're worried about the captain Tverskov. We should have an injury update on him in the next 48 hours or so. Without him, that problem is magnified. And I think Anders Dreyer put it best the other night. We're basically lacking the last pass, the last touch. They'll discover that as time goes on. It's just a question of how long this struggle is going to last.
Steve, I'm kind of excited by this match the Saturday night because, first it's SDFC, it's LAFC. I think this has already become a bit of a rivalry. I mean, we've seen, the fans now, both teams, back and forth a little bit. And a quick reminder to the fans that are going to go Saturday, enjoy yourself, but, keep it under control. But I don't know if you saw the story just came down today, Steve, that the LAFC head coach, Mark Dos Santos, is beyond criticizing the league because they played in their first leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup on Wednesday night. and beat Toluca, the same team that eliminated SDFC. And he's not really thrilled to be coming right back and playing again on Saturday. He called the situation, quote, a scandal, which sounds a little over the top, but it is soccer. So, okay,
Okay, the scandal might be a little bit too far, but the numbers don't lie here, guys. And what Dos Santos is speaking about is this team already lining up for what will be its 18th game in all competitions on Saturday night. That's a lot. We're 2.5 months not even into the season. And what he wants is the league to put MLS teams in the best position possible to get to a CONCACAF Champions Cup final.
Right.
There's a standard of excellence in Los Angeles with that club in very short order, right? This is the winningest team in the Western Conference since LAFC arrived in the league in 2018. They've won an MLS Cup, 2 Supporters Shield, and Open Cup. And Marc Dos Santos, as a first-year coach of this team, probably feels more pressure to win a trophy than most people in that position, just assuming the helm of an MLS team. Look, he's got a point. I do think that fixture congestion is an issue around the world, but guys, where it really hurts MLS teams, I think, is these rosters are not expanded to the point where other teams around the world can have 26 viable players available. LAFC, by the way, is about as deep as any team in the league. But speaking to the larger point, if you're going to put your best foot forward against the Mexican giants, whether it's Toluca or Club America or Tigres, you want to have your full complement of 11 working on a full week of rest at minimum. And that's why I think, guys, for this game tomorrow night against San Diego, I think Denny Bouanga will start. I think you're going to see a largely rotated lineup, though.
Steve Cangelosi joins us here, play-by-play on MLS, or on Apple TV, covering MLS. And Steve, my question for you is, it's probably the shortest break between when the final game is played and when the season starts. How much of a hangover can you have from one year to the next, considering the success SDFC had versus where they are now? You seems like in this league in particular, you see a changeover year to year and who's competing, who's not. And does the new schedule change in 2028 help this kind of issue?
It can. Now, next year is going to be weird because we're going to have the 14-game sprint season, and then we're all going to reset for the start of the real deal, which will probably be the way MLS plays for the rest of our lives. But talking about a hangover from last year, it was unprecedented success, right? 19 wins, 63 points earned in the regular season for a first-year club. And the growing pains were very minimal last year, right? I think the longest losing streak for them was 3. But some of the metrics here don't lie, guys, right? And this is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. They outperformed. The results were better than the actual metrics. And what I mean by that is, look, make no mistake about it, Anders Dreyer is a wonderful player. I wish I could watch him personally 30 times a year, okay? But if you're a believer in things like expected goals, their expected goal differential last year, I'm going to try not to get too technical here for your audience, was plus 6.4. But their real goal differential was plus 23. So the goals were being banged in at a rate where the style of play and the amount of possession that they had really wouldn't add up to that. But that's a wonderful thing. And sometimes the bounce of the ball is something of an easy explanation. I don't think they're getting that through the first 10 games this year.
Steve Cangelosi, play-by-play MLS on Apple TV, SDFC and LAFC Saturday night at Snapdragon Stadium, and SDFC looking to snap a long drought here. I'm looking at a headline here. I'm going over to the Premier League. And it says, why can't all soccer be as fun as the match the other day between PSG and Bayern Munich? Wasn't it 5-4 in the first leg of a Champions Cup? And people said that the defense wasn't all that bad. It was just an incredible game. Guys were all over, scoring and putting passes and stuff away. So it's a simple question to maybe the more novice soccer fan who sees a game with two of the greatest teams in the world played 5-4 and then says, why don't I ever see that?
Well, I guess you can answer it by saying, giving the rhetorical question, why can't the Mona Lisa hang in a San Diego museum? It's just not
It was
happening.
that good of a game, huh?
It was fantastic. I've seen the sentiment, and I don't agree with this. Some observers, longtime observers of European football, were calling it the best Champions League game ever. I think that's a little bit too far. The Liverpool comeback against Milan is, for me, the gold standard for that sort of thing. But look, you're seeing the difference with the Big Five leagues, and PSG and Bayern Munich, a French club and a German club, are part of those Big Five. And the payroll for those teams are commensurate with outstanding performances. Yeah. But even on the best, there's a reason we call this the beautiful game, guys. When it's played at the highest level, the elite level of the elite, every now and then you're going to be treated to something like we saw just a few days ago. Who knows? Maybe we'll get 5-4 in a splendid outing here on Saturday night. I'm coming cross country for it, so I sure hope we do.
That would be lovely, especially if it ends in SDFC's favor. Steve, we appreciate you coming on, spending some time with us. We'll do it again some down the road.
I can't wait to get out to the Southern California area, guys. Thanks for having me.
We'll save you a spot.
Thanks, pal.
Steve Cancelosi, play-by-play for MLS on Apple TV. SDFC trying to break an 8-game overall skid.
Yeah, 5-3, I think it is. Something like that with the Toluca game in there. But maybe this is a great opportunity when you consider that LAFC not only just played against Toluca, and it was in Mexico. Now they have to come to San Diego, but they also have to then play the second leg of that tournament next Wednesday.
Yeah.
So our game Saturday night is right in the middle of those two. Maybe it'll give SDFC, a little edge that they obviously need. I haven't heard anybody bring up the analytics that Steve did. I think we've had everybody talk about the fact they got to stay on the field. The red card thing has just been crazy.
And that seems to be a sentiment that everybody is sharing.
It's been happening almost every game. I mean, which is, incredible. But I think maybe the old water finds a level. I've put that saying away for the last couple of years.
Thank goodness.
Because the Padres ruined it for me.
Remember?
Yeah, they ruined it for me. But, you look at SDFC with the expected goals and being a lot different than what they were doing. And maybe it's coming back a little bit on them this year.
Yeah.
There's a former chief medical officer of San Diego County on the chat saying they would be happy to be there for a forehead monitoring during a fly ball competition.
I could just see this ball bouncing off your forehead like Jose Canseco.
Now that we're into this, I'm going to need to eat. If I'm going to go out there.
Oh, my God.
He wants to set up some food, too.
Send a little food out.
Get on it, Chris. Get Spiros to come down.
I just got on it. I just mentioned it. I'll
just put the cold hummus on the bump on my head.
I'm on it, man. We're going to get them
I also have something else to bring up with you, Chris. I'm just learning from the chat right now. Did you get ejected from another softball game?
I did not. See, this is what
Braden apparently said on his show.
No, he did not.
You got ejected.
I did. He didn't say it, and it didn't happen. So people hear what they think they hear.
People will make stuff up. Yeah. I'm realizing that the whole base thing.
Here's my note to the umpire last night.
Oh, so there was an issue.
No, there was no issue. Okay. It was within myself, but I'm talking about the umpire last night, who after we gave up 12 runs in an inning and the bases were loaded and 2 outs and the guy had a ground ball and it was a bang play at first base and he called the guy safe. I don't know. I don't have replay, but I thought it was, out, but it was very close. My point was, didn't really need to give him the safe call there. They'd already scored 12. They went on and scored 9 more. You know what I mean?
Did he really want to continue the game?
No, he was just like, get us off the field. I mean, this is embarrassing. And now you're calling a bang safe to keep their rally going. So when I was leading off the next inning, which, after we eventually got out of there, I just told a couple of our guys, I said, I'm not going to say anything, but, read the room. That was just bad. So, yeah, because I'm not going to get kicked out of any more games, I hope. But no, this is what happens, though. Braden talked about
telephone
that, and then they hear it, and then now it would be around the county that I got kicked out of the game.
Kicked off, and you were blowing flames out of your nose.
I actually didn't even speak to the umpire one word.
It's actually coming down later today. The Poway Sportsplex is going to suspend Chris for one game.
Yeah, because of apparently
Fugazi ejection.
I'm the Rashid Wallace of the league now.
Okay,
I've reached my limit.
All right. Some people. There was one person who said that Braden talked about it. There's one person who said, to be fair, I think Braden said he almost got tossed and that he has been tossed before.
Fun note. I have a fun note for you guys. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Who do you think the fifth best defender is in Major League Baseball?
Fifth best?
Fielding run value.
I hope it's Jake.
It's not.
Oh, Fernando?
Plays Jake's position, though.
Luis Ariz.
Get out.
That is insane. Are you kidding me? He's also hitting over 300.
PCA, Bobby Witt Jr., Nico Horner, Carlos Narvaez, Luis Ariz.
You know, there are some people saying that PCA over dramatizes his catches. Like, they look at his catch probability of 95%, and he does like some spinning, like falling over type of catch.
That's just hating. That's all that is. Let's get the break. Work with it, Chris, on the other side.
Yeah, that the I'm not a mark and the excludes me. Those two are the gifts that never seem to stop giving. Welcome back to.
We should, for our listeners out there, every time you see Skraby, just yell Mark.
No,
are you a Mark?
See if he'll turn around. If you be like Mark,
he'll lose his. You know what? If you hit him at the wrong time of day.
I get Mark, and I also get people who ask me, "Can I get 5 5s for this 20?" all the time, like no joke. So, Chris, you've made your mark.
I made my mark on that one. Yeah.
No pun intended.
3:01 is the time. Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. Tony and myself and Skraby all here in the Bill House Studios. We know how. Thanks again to Steve Cangelosi, MLS on Apple TV, joining us on the SDCCU Fan Hotline. Not big bank banking. It's better. Tony is going to be part of the proceedings tonight at the Dinner on the Diamond event down at Petco Park. So
doing it much earlier in this season than I think, right?
Well, they have to find an open date
sign.
like this. Yeah,
We did it coming off of a road trip 2 years ago. I think we did it right after we came from.
Oh, really? You
3
didn't even
years
get
ago
it in a
after we came
home and home thing.
Yeah.
At least this is.
Oh,
yeah,
you got to put it in a home with a day off.
that helps.
sure.
Yeah, but that's the good part. The bad news is it's a day off, and it really isn't because everybody has to dress up whimsically and go down to Petco Park tonight for the big event. So while we have you, Tony, let's do a little. I thought some daily gambit, but more just to talk a little NBA. Take a look ahead to tonight. This is a night that I like as a fan because I don't have a dog in the fight necessarily, but I love when series are 3-2 and one team either wins it or the other team forces a game 7. And we got 3 of those games in the NBA tonight, and we have 2 of them in the NHL. So it's a fun night for sports fans. Let's take a closer look.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Real quick, Chris, because we're going straight into your bets. I wanted to get this in. CBS Sports is being crushed online right now because they wrote about Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby and how he is headed to rehab for a gambling addiction. According to the article, the second paragraph is what people are talking about. After acquiring Sorsby this offseason, the line has now moved to even money at plus 100 via FanDuel Sportsbook. The Red Raiders' projected win total also has decreased, going from 11.5 at opening to 10.5. His Heisman odds list after opening at plus 2,500, just outside the top 10. And they wonder why people have a gambling problem. On an article where he's going to rehab for gambling, they put the odds.
They put how they changed the odds because he's going to rehab.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just as bad.
But we say gamble responsibly.
I'm sure somewhere in the article in parentheses it said gamble responsibly. I don't know.
Okay, this would be like a gambling addict say, "Hey, I really don't want to talk about gambling," and me being like, "Okay, I don't care. I'm just going to keep talking about gambling." Anyway, this bothered me.
Be careful gambling. Only bet money that you got, and it's fun. You don't mind losing it if that so happens to be the case. All right, before we get there, though, Lakers last night had the chance to clinch against Houston. They did not. So 99-93, I think, was the final. I'm sure to Tony's dismay. Game 6 will be tomorrow. Durant is already not playing in that game tomorrow. What'd you think, Tony? I'll give you a couple thoughts I had watching the game as well. But
I thought we missed a lot of open shots, and I thought we turned the ball over too much. I thought that was it. I thought they did. It wasn't about their defense. I thought they did a pretty good job. I just thought with Reeves coming back, not quite himself yet, and LeBron, doing his thing, but they just turned the ball over too much. And you should give them credit. They came out. they seem to be finding themselves without KD on the floor, although they lost game 1 without him. I hope they can finish it in Houston.
Yes, if it gets to a 7th game, it's going to get.
Yeah, we don't need to go to a 7th.
It's going to get nerve-wracking. You'll hear this 100 times between now and then, but only 4 teams down 3-0 have ever even forced a game 7.
It's not let a 15.
Right, and no one's ever done
it. Was it LeBron's team that did it?
3-1.
That's 3-1.
Okay.
But we're talking if you're down 3-0, it never even gets to a 7th game. Let alone no one in the NBA has ever come back from that. The Lakers will have to deal with hearing about that. But I don't think they'll have to, Tony. I don't expect Reeves to shoot 4 out of 16 again.
Right.
He was finding his way last night.
He had like wide open looks yesterday. He just.
But the second thing I would say, just watching Houston play, and I'm not that familiar with them. I've watched them a lot. They did a good job at sharing the basketball and not really caring who the star was last night. And I think that was a little bit
sorry. Mud just texted me.
Oh, no. What'd he have?
He has this thing where he pretends like he cares about what we're talking about.
Okay.
And so he just will randomly throw out like a basketball reference. They need to drive the paint more. He just texts me that.
Is
They
that
need
what
to drive the paint
is that
more.
what they need to do?
That's good.
That
Thank
is
you,
good.
Mud.
Now, anyway, my thought was that the Rockets without Durant seemed to play, make it a little harder to guard because they were sharing the ball. They did a good job of that last night. I'll give them that. But I think the Lakers will get them tomorrow. By the way, there was a question on Jeopardy yesterday about the phrase ticky-tack and what it is used in reference to, and the answer was fouls in basketball.
That's funny.
Really?
But do you know who invented that?
Chick Hearn?
Yes.
He committed everything.
Right. Everybody thinks ticky-tack was just in the,
in the basketball vernacular. No, it wasn't.
Chick Hearn brought that to bear and many other things. All right, so Lakers are not in tonight, but the rest of these series could end. Knicks up 3-2 at Atlanta. Knicks are favored by 2.5. That's neither here nor there. Do you think the Knicks wrap it tonight, Mr. T? Or do the Hawks stay alive? The Hawks have 2 1-point victories in this series.
This is in New York.
No, this is in Atlanta.
Oh, I think Atlanta pushes a game 7.
I think they'll get it to game 7. I think it's always hard in that 6th game at home. And I think the Knicks are headed to bigger and better things. I think the Knicks are going to end it tonight. Boston is at Philadelphia tonight.
Do I get to go?
Oh, sorry. No.
Okay. Go
sorry.
ahead.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. Who do you like?
I don't care.
Okay. Boston at Philadelphia.
Who did you pick, by the way?
Not even going to play with you. Fine. You don't want to
I know. I hate that because he just disarmed me. I'm going to take the Hawks.
Hawks. Okay. We got 2 Hawks, and I'm the Knicks. Boston at Philly. Boston's favored by 6.5. Surprisingly, Philadelphia whipped them in Boston the other night to stay alive. Joel Embiid had a good game. So can Philly stay alive at home tonight? Skraby. Philly's at home. They're down 3-2.
You know, I saw a headline the other day that said a hobbled Joel Embiid guts it out. I'm like, a hobbled? That's every game he plays is a hobbled Joel Embiid.
Skraby coming in hot on Joel Embiid, the former MVP.
Well, he spent so much time trashing Ben Simmons, and then he doesn't play. I'm gonna go
did he spend time trashing Ben Simmons?
Skraby does not like when guys don't post. He really
That's why I respect
irks
Manny
him.
Machado.
He is so mad.
I get mad at
really
guys
irks
who
him.
make tons of money and then don't play.
Maybe they're hurt, Skrabe. Have you thought about that? Maybe their body isn't allowing them to play.
Did you hear that Blake Snell kind of got it from the fans the other day? They were like, "Why can't you pitch?" And he's like, "What do you want me to do?"
Is this when he was talking to his shoulder?
Yeah.
That was a few weeks ago, but he was definitely like, "What do you want me to do? Shoulder. Why don't you work right now?" I thought it was hilarious.
It was hilarious. Anyway,
I texted him right after I saw it, and I said, "Sometimes you gotta let them know." He's like, "I hate when they clip me like this."
He's
like, "I get clipped for everything."
He doesn't
now.
like that one. I don't blame him because an athlete, most of them don't want to be sitting out injured.
No, nobody does.
But having said that, Skraby, be careful of the glass house rule. You ever get a sore throat and can't come in one day, I'm all over
Or you can't pick your arm up to catch a pop-up because your shoulder is...
But did I post that day? I sure did. I sure did. I did.
You haven't posted since.
I haven't been invited back.
haven't seen you out there since.
Haven't been invited back.
So who did you pick after all of that?
Celtics.
I think the Celtics also. They shot 28% from three the other night. That won't happen again. Tony, any love for the Sixers to stay alive?
I can't pick the Celtics. So
I know you can't. He'll take the Sixers plus the points. Denver's favored by 6.5 at Minnesota. Minnesota can win the series, but they're going to have to do it without Ant-Man. I believe that's why Denver is favored. DiVincenzo, he's out for the whole time. Ant-Man's out for another couple weeks. It's very bad timing for Minnesota.
Terrible timing.
Really. I mean, they had the series. I mean, they looked like they were going to win it. And now
they're going to Denver for this one?
No, this one's in Minnesota, but if they don't wrap it tonight, they got to go back to Denver. I'm getting tired of watching Jokic whine and complain. I like him a lot, but God, you're not fouled every time you touch the ball. Just play.
It's so big and just
dorky, dopey, dope, and with his arms up.
yeah, that's his favorite.
I don't know how he shoots like that.
I guess the international.
I think it is. I think it is because they both do it.
Yeah, Luka and Jokic.
Hands high. It's hands high.
Yeah.
Come on, what are you doing? I mean, if you want to have fun and you watch the Denver Minnesota tonight, how many times, over under 25, he'll do that?
He shrinks himself too. It's like
he does.
Hunkers down.
He's gonna get being smaller helps them for some reason.
Somehow Dosunmu will score. Dosunmu scored 43 in Game 4.
Yeah,
I think he scored 5 in Game 5.
He's going to need to be closer, somewhere in between
closer to the 43. Yeah. I'll take Minnesota.
Yeah, I will too.
For fun.
I'll take Denver.
You'll take Denver for the clinch. And then one in the NHL tonight. The Ducks are home, so up the road at the I still call it the pond, the Honda Center. They're home to Edmonton. The Ducks are up 3-2. They can clinch at home tonight. The odds makers don't think so. They have Edmonton favored by 1.5. Well, Edmonton's a two-time
Did
defending.
Avalanche get the Kings up out of there?
And it wasn't even a gentleman's sweep.
It was just a straight sweep.
Wow. Yeah, they didn't. No gentlemanly love there for the Kings. I think Anaheim's going to do it, and the reason I do is they have one of the best coaches in sports. The Ducks do, and it's Joel Quenneville, who coached the Blackhawks to a championship. He's coached other teams to championships. Takes over the Ducks. They're underdog big time in this series, but he knows how to win this stuff. So I'm going to take him and the Ducks to advance. Anybody?
I'll take the Ducks.
Tony, you want to go the oil?
No
oil for you.
No, oil's not good for ducks.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Wow, we're on the same wavelength.
You got to have some Don around. I remember that commercial. Remember the commercial to get the
when they put the poor duck into the Don, and all of a sudden it pops out. There's no oil on it.
I saw it too.
Anyway, fun night. Lots of.
It did make me almost cry though.
5 Game 6s tonight. 3 in the NBA, 2 in the NHL, and traffic right now for you on Gwynn and Chris.
Oh my, that was quick.
From the 8th.
All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have 100. They went to one with 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, put me on. And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was going to say it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one, but Yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth, but if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of Beaver Nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was going to say it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little.
19 on the clock, straight from the Bill House studio. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Zello, Matt Skraby, Gwynn and Chris. Padres off. We are watching a NL West opponent of the Padres play the Phillies.
Next trip is to San Fran, I believe.
3-gamer.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then home for 4, and then away again.
Seattle and Milwaukee.
Yeah, I believe if the LAFC coach was managing your team, he'd say that.
Feel a way about this.
He'd feel that it was scandalous.
Scandal. It was a scandal.
To do a schedule like that.
Does he not know the word scandal? What it means?
Well, the
Clearly
soccer
not.
they tend to get emotional.
That's very
from time
good.
to time.
It's a very good point. Let's talk some NCAA because they made two new things. Excuse me, they made two pieces of news over the last couple of weeks. Excuse me. I think the first one is the NCAA basketball tournament will be expanded to 76 teams.
Boo.
Yeah, not feeling that one at all.
That's the whole world right there.
Yeah.
Because I think there's really only like 12 people who like it, and they're the 12 presidents of the SEC schools. that are going to get all these extra spots.
Yeah, Greg Sankey is given 2 thumbs up.
He's
to this.
fine with it, and I can't wait for them to have the press conference where they, and I don't even know what the word means, but I know that it applies. They're going to gaslight everybody by telling everybody that this is a wonderful thing, expanding the greatest event in sports and giving us more games and more action and providing more access to the tournament. And everybody knows that all this is going to do is just put the Auburns and Missouris and the, whoever it is that finishes 13th and 14th place in the SEC into the tournament.
Fugazi.
It is a Fugazi.
It's a Fugazi. I don't think anybody was asking for this. Yet here we are, 76 teams.
It's crazy because not only has nobody asked for it, when it came up, every single person I heard in college basketball said, absolutely no, please don't do it. And they just said, sorry, we're going to take the money and run. That's why I joked earlier. Why didn't they just do 28? Just add a whole nother round. Go from 64 to 128.
That would be wild.
But I mean,
but it would make,
if you're gonna be stupid and get everybody in the tournament from the power conferences, which is obviously what their goal is, then let's just be straight up. Hey, Rutgers, you were 4-23.
Come on down.
Come on down. You're in the Big Ten. Yeah.
So. The other thing so they get a great F on that one.
Yes. Get an F.
The other thing they did, which I think they should get a good grade for, is they are finally seemingly putting a stop to the 6th, 7th, 8th year student athlete. They are close, it sounds like, to instituting a 5-year.
You got 5 years window
to play. And so make your money, make your NIL while you can.
Right. And I think that would also preclude guys from going to play junior college for 2 years not having that count.
That's right.
I believe that would now count.
You get 5 years.
You graduate, your high school class walks out that door. You now have 5 years. Do with it as you please.
I think it's a great step.
It's a step. It's a start.
I said it's a great step.
I think the second one that would be easiest to institute, and I do think you could get it past the courts, is to say if you're going to transfer, you get one shot. And the second
free shot.
Free shot. Right.
And then you got to sit out after.
Second one, then you're going to have to cost yourself a year.
Yeah.
To me, that's just making a rule. I don't see how the courts can overturn that. Because
now because of the NIL thing, is you
might be impeding somebody's chance to make more money.
Exactly. Well, and that's where it gets a little complicated.
That's where it gets tricky. I see what you're saying, but if you could put the 1 year sit out rule on a second transfer, because really don't we all, is there any one of us who said athlete playing for 5 schools in 5 years?
No.
That's just crazy. And I also think it's difficult. I mean, I think of the Aztecs, because I'm here in this situation, but, Elsie Harrington, Brian Dutcher and his staff obviously did an incredible job, to sell him on staying, obviously treated him great, made him feel like, this is the place for him. And he's coming back next year. And I think all Aztec fans are pretty happy about it. But guess what's going to happen at the end of next year? We're going to do the same thing again.
Yeah.
It'll be another chance for him to go elsewhere. So you would love to see some of that curtailed, but don't count on it.
No, I wouldn't.
Back to the NBA, Tony, I wanted to ask you.
Bring it.
The scoring is way down in the playoffs this year. I didn't know if you were aware. Read a story today. The average through the years of regular season scoring to playoff scoring is about 11% less scoring in the playoffs. Makes sense. Teams are a little more honed in, taking better shots or whatever it might be, running a little more clock. So the 11% makes sense. But this year, the scoring is down 29%, way down from the regular season. And I think, at least how I'm looking at it, is that it's a bit of an indictment of the regular season in the sense that our team's really giving it their best shot. And because I don't see any defense like this being played in the regular season, or I don't see enough of it Right now, guys at least are guarding guys. The regular season, it's like he's opening the corner. Take the shot. I'm not going over there. So I think that's something. The other thing is Skraby brought up the idea, was it yesterday, about the
anti-tanking
rule.
Yep.
If you finish first, second, or third worst,
relegation,
you get one less ping pong ball. Do you think that could be the solve? Could that solve it?
Yes. I think
maybe they found something that could solve it.
I think Adam Silver, if he could, he would do real relegation. But he knows that the G League teams can't support an NBA.
Oh, you mean send a team down?
I think he would want to
send the Washington Wizards to play with the South Bay Lakers.
I think he understands the economics of that.
Right,
would not work. No. But I love the idea. I think it's great that if you are a 2-time or 3-time offender of being in
you lose that ping pong ball as well. You lose
that ping pong ball. So get your wins, buddy. In terms of the first part, I mean, that's kind of been the NBA for as long as I can remember.
Right. I'm agreeing that the effort is more in the playoffs, but it seems it's even on another level this year.
I think that also goes to the officiating. I have to say, they call it a whole lot tighter than they do they are willing to let more go.
More physical play in the playoffs
than they do in the regular season. Yeah. And I see it all the time. I mean, my man, what's my man? Beef Stew from Detroit Pistons.
Oh, yeah.
He got a technical the other day.
Did you just call
that's his nickname?
Beef Stew?
Beef Stew.
Is it Isaiah Stewart?
Isaiah Stewart. Beef Stew.
Okay, but still, that's amazing.
It's a funny nickname.
He went up, tried to block, and in this case, and usually I'm hard on him. Right. He actually looked like he was trying to block. He came down, caught my man in the face, and he got a flagrant technical. And I just think they are the officials are going to let more go, are going to let a lot more physical play go come postseason.
I want to hear. Can you mark that? The timing on what he just said. The playoffs are going to allow more, because I want to see if he says it after Game 2 of the Laker OKC series, after SGA gets a foul call every time he falls down on the ground.
He's got like 70 free throw attempts.
Yeah, which is like every time he runs down the court. So I'm really excited. I know we put the cart ahead of the horse, and we shouldn't have.
I'm not speaking on this.
I know you won't say this time.
Ever since I spoke on it, they lost games. So
I know, but the Lakers have got to wrap it up because, man, it's going to be so fun if they get to play OKC. And I'm going to have no interest if Houston plays them. So I'm really counting on the Lake Show to pull us through. Well, have a good time tonight, Tony.
Thank you, sir.
I'd ask for pictures, but they post a ton of them anyway. So we'll see everybody in their whimsical.
It is fun to
outfits.
Get to see some of the players like in a tux.
Yeah,
you just never would expect to see Ramon Laureano in a tux.
And I love people say, they probably enjoy dressing up. And I say, no, they probably don't. I think they'd probably just rather stay relaxed. And
I think these guys dress up pretty much every time they have to travel.
They do.
Yeah, it's
Chris,
not
for us unfashionable guys, that's where we go.
That's where we go.
For fashionable guys, they like it.
It's a good point because their suits are tailored, so they feel really comfy on them.
You mean
whereas my suit is frumpy and stretched out, and I don't feel comfortable in my suit.
I'm supposed to be able to button the front of my suit jacket?
I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable when I wear that stuff. Those guys have it tailored. They feel good. Well, have fun.
Thank you, gentlemen. Let's go to break. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
From the first pitch of the year to the biggest
Jr. Dinner on the Diamond tonight. We got some good show ahead for you, including Christopher Stefan's at the top of the hour. Chance for you to get qualified to win tickets, I believe it is. We're in a new month.
No, we're still with the qualification. Yes, we're
Tomorrow's
still
a
with the
new month.
qualification.
So you still have a chance to go see Phillies, Padres.
Is there an
with
easy
the
way to
field
remember?
seats.
Sorry. Is there an easy way to remember what month has how many days? I know February is
Yes,
always
there is,
28.
but I don't know it.
Because I have to look all the time. I know May has 31 days just because I know someone on that day. 31st.
I just know it because I know it, but there's one of those little rhyming things where that if you memorize that, it'll tell you which months have 31 days. So somebody send it to you or look it up. Just type it in.
That's a good point.
Put it on Google. What's the rhyming thing that helps me remember what months have 31 days?
Thing?
No, there's like a thing. Yeah. It's one of the, it's like for the colors in the rainbow. There's
also for planets.
There's one of those where you take the first letter or something. Yeah.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, keep
right.
going.
Okay. Mavenchnik. Very good. That's how you
30 days, half September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, excepting February alone, which has 28 days clear and 29 in each leap year.
Did that rhyme?
It's supposed to rhyme, but
I don't know that I can remember all that, though. I need something
30
simpler.
days, half September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, excepting February alone, which has 28 days clear and 29 in each leap year.
I need a better one.
Clear in year.
I need a better one. Anyway, we are going to check a little traffic, and then we're going to dive back into the first month.
Before we move on.
You got a better one?
What about 30 days has September, April, June, and November. When short February's done, all the rest have 31. 30 days is September, April, June, and November. When short February's done, the rest have 31. I think I can remember that one.
So you're thinking, so basically what I've learned in those two rhyming ones is that 4 months have 30 days.
Yes.
The question is, can I remember the 4?
And rhyming has changed over the years, apparently, because none of this rhymes.
I already knew that February is 28. I don't even need any reminder on that.
I don't need that either.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, everybody.
So, all right, let's check traffic. And then the month that was, the first month of the Padres season, broken down with some of our Gwynn and Chris awards being handed out.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
San Diego, let's take a look at the 5 northbound. We had a car crash earlier. We still have a backup. It's to B Street. And at 5 southbound, it's a slow drive from Front Street to the 163 for your half-day drive.
Traffic brought to you by Caltrans Asset Management. Caltrans Asset Management work continues this weekend on northbound 805 with the closure of all lanes from State Route 52 to Miramar Road on May 1st at 9 p.m. to May 4th at 5 a.m. Expect delays and use Interstate 5 for travel north of University City.
That is not good news.
No.
What he just said.
I wasn't paying attention to
they're closing the 52 freeway going north from Miramar up to anyway, they're closing it.
I know. I've been
right
caught one
through
of these
that
things
Miramar.
today. Yep. I've been caught one of these before.
And we live on the 15, and Lori's mom lives on the 15, but we would have to
take the 50,
take that closure. And so the 5, they're like, take the 5. That's like 2 hours out of the way, honestly. To go if you were doing a straight shot up of 15.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So thank you for that. Yikes.
Yikes is right.
All right. Padres are 19-11. And as we discovered earlier on the show, they won 18 games in April. Something that listener, was it Ike?
Ian.
Ike. Well, it's 3 letters that starts with I. It's the most I could do.
That was good.
Ian was like trying to catch me in one. He's like, you said they only won 18. I said, no, they won 18 in April.
Yep.
But they won 19 total. They're 19-11. It's one of the best starts in club history. The April of 18 hasn't been done since 1998. So all in all, you got to be pretty happy. But it ended disappointing yesterday with the frustrating loss to the Cubs. And I think a couple of things stand out, Skraby. One, their ability to come back. That's got to be the number one thing that I think resonates. They had 8 comeback wins in the last month, and they had 5 wins already this year when they were down by 4 or more runs.
That's the biggest difference for me.
4 or more runs. They've done it in more than a quarter of their victories. They nearly did it again yesterday. They were down 3-1, got even, got down 5-3, nearly, pull it out. But except for the room service of all room service double plays, poor Manny hit into there. So I think that's the one thing. And the other thing that I like is what Tony and I and you talked about at the beginning of the show today, Craig Stamen's ability to use everybody and have everybody contribute. Ty France has 8 RBIs. Even Castellanos, who, I've been on his case, but he still has 9 RBIs.
Yeah.
He's giving you some contributions. He's got Campusano going somehow. Nobody else could ever get anything out of Campusano now. Campusano is maybe looking like that all-star I predicted for him. Was it 2 years ago now?
You were early on the case.
I might have been early on the case, but Gavin Sheets has come up with so many big ones so far, and Laureano's been good. And, this is why they're 19-11, despite the fact that A, their big 3 hitters are all slumping. B, they have the 22nd best OPS in baseball, which is bottom 3rd. And they only have the 18th best ERA. I think people just in general think the pitching has been lights out. 18th best is not lights out at all. They're even 3 spots behind the Rockies, to give you a little perspective on where they are. But they keep winning. So, the thing is, which numbers are lying? The OPS lying, the ERA lying, all of that, or is the 19-11 lying? And I think that's what we'll find out going forward.
I don't really know that anyone can predict.
Yeah, well, we can predict it. We can't be
right
sure that we'd be right. Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, let's go through the first month of the season. I mean, some of my top memories, I didn't ask you to think of these, but I think there's already been some really great moments. Gavin Sheets' winner in Colorado was off the charts. At the back-to-back nights of Bogarts and Sheets walking off. I think it was the Rockies also, right? All 3 of those games were against the Rockies.
Yes, it was.
And
my moment was,
and the Mariner game, I think, was the other one, right?
That was the first real exciting one.
I mean, they beat Munoz, who's all-star closer, former Padre.
They had done nothing at the plate all game long.
6-1, they win 7-6 or 6-0.
It was 6-0.
They got to 6-2, and then they scored 5. So they've been, doing some great things, and already, a lot of memories from this early point of the season. I think on the other side of it.
What about Jackson Merrill's home run robberies? Those are some good ones.
How many does he have now? 2?
I think 3.
I forgot to ask Tony when he was here, but I mentioned it yesterday. Jackson just didn't. He needed to go back one more step yesterday and then jump. I think that's what cost him that catch. But, yeah, I mean, there's been so many good things. Now, on the other side, I think, the injuries to the pitching have to be the big bugaboo so far, along with, I guess the more obvious is the struggles of Manny and Fernando and Merrill. But the pitching injuries, you consider you got Pivetta, Musgrove, Canning, and the recently acquired Giolito. You conceivably could, by all-star game or so, all 4 of those guys could be in the rotation with Michael King somehow.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much they don't have available to them right now. And then you add in Estrada and you add in Matsui out of the bullpen. Pretty good group.
Yeah.
That they've been without, and they're obviously still getting it done in the win column. And I think we've been over it ad nauseum with Fernando's no home runs. Not a lot left to say. He is dying to hit one.
I'm sure he is.
And, again, it's the same thing. He's got the hardest hitting rate in all of baseball. But his launch angle is low. And until he finds that path that Tony was talking about, I think it's going to be a WIP, work in progress. It's funny because Fernando's power difficulties have overshadowed the recent struggles of Jackson Merrill. Like you've noticed it. What did you say? He struck out like 12 times in the last 5 games? I mean, it's not been good.
He struck out over, I know, at least 8 times.
Jackson Merrill struck out 31 times this year in 115 at-bats. That's almost 1 out of 3. That's a lot for Jackson Merrill.
And it seems like he's just swinging and missing. And we saw this last year, and he ended up getting out of it. So I'm hoping it just is, his slow start or something like that.
His OPS is lower than Fernando's. His OPS is 600.
Yeah.
Fernando's is at least 609. Manny's is 714. All 3 of them are easily 100 or so points below their career average in OPS. And in Fernando's case, he's a whopping 248 points below his career OPS.
When someone says to me, because we always talk about how hard he hits the ball and he has the highest hard hit rate in the league, they don't really know baseball. So maybe some people are thinking this. Who cares if he hits the ball hard? And what I told him was, if you hit the ball hard, that means you're making good contact. It means you're seeing the ball well, and it's just not working.
It's also
out for
hard
him right now.
It's hard to correct yourself, because the only thing you can control, and this is where BAPIP and all of those things come into play. The only thing you can control is hitting the ball hard somewhere.
Yes.
Unless you hit it over the fence, there's a chance that those 8 guys may catch it.
He's putting it in play. It is literally just going to fielders.
He has no extra base hits in 15 games. Jackson Merrill doesn't have one in 11. And yet they're 19 and 11. They're plus 8 over 500. It's crazy. So, first month, Skraby, I ask you, give me your top 3. Start with number 3, work your way up. Your number 3 guy in the MVP voting, if done right now for this year's San Diego Padres, who is your 3rd selection for most valuable?
I will say that in just a second. Jackson Merrill on that last road trip has struck out, with my quick math, 14 times on the last road trip alone.
Yeah, not great.
Not great at all. Who would I say? Everybody's on the board. I'm going with Randy Vasquez.
Randy Vasquez, interesting choice as the 3rd most valuable Padre so far.
I'm not really thinking this through.
Well, it's not the worst call. He's got a 2.94 ERA. He's 3-0.
You know what? I'm going Gavin Sheets.
You're changing.
Yeah, I'm going Gavin Sheets.
To Gavin Sheets.
Yes. And the reason is because he's kind of put some stability in that DH first base position. Now they have Ty France. I'm not thinking that when he goes up to the plate, he's going to strike out. Seems like Gavin Sheets gets the job done.
The other thing, Gavin has been the most dramatic guy. See, I think the 3 spots up for grabs, and I thought of Gavin, but I'll just give it to Randy Vasquez since you're not.
Okay.
I don't have a problem. He's leading the team in innings pitched, along with 3-0, along with 2.94, along with a 1.16 whip. He's giving them more than anyone could ask for right now. I think he's had, 1 bad start out of 6? That'll work. 2, but he won the other one.
He did.
Okay, so it wasn't that bad. He ended up winning that second one. I didn't expect Randy Vasquez at this point to have the same number of innings pitched as Michael King, but he does, and I think he's been a big, valuable part of this. The starters, because the bullpen is, because the games are so close, they're getting a lot of usage early. Randy Vasquez is one guy that's extending out a little. Take that, Mike Schilt, who kept taking him out after 4 2/3 innings every time last year.
I have enjoyed that Craig Stamen will let his guys go.
Drove me crazy.
He will let his guys go. My number 2 is Randy Vasquez. I had to move him up on the list.
Moved him up. Okay.
Because he is he is the best starting pitcher the Padres have this year. And he's done some great things and everything else you said. So I moved him up to number 2.
All right. I voted for the guy you're probably going to pick number 1, but I'm picking Mason Miller number 2 because he's only been able to be in half the games. But in the half of the games, nobody could possibly be better than this guy. So I don't need to extol any more virtues of Mason Miller, to anybody.
I didn't put him in there.
Oh, you didn't even get him in.
It's not because I don't think he's not a great player. It's because that's just the go-to right now.
You don't recognize.
I do recognize
the importance of a closer.
I put him out of the list because it's kind of a given that he's probably the best player on the team this year in general.
So basically, at the end of the year, when they have the team award dinner, and Fernando ends up leading the league with 65 home runs, 200 RBIs, and a 390 batting average.
Wow.
You will walk up there with the MVP trophy and say, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it to Walker Buehler because everyone thought it was going to go to Fernando, and that's just kind of,
good thing we're not in this situation.
Jeez,
because
funny.
I didn't want to leave this guy out. I don't want to leave.
Who's your number
Xander
one?
Bogaerts.
He's got to be number one. Agreed.
275 average, 5 home runs, 17 RBIs. He's been hitting the ball well this year. 3 stolen bases, got some walks, his on bases up there. His slugging could use a little bit of a boost, but he's at 783. He's been great, and he's been great defensively.
Yeah, you're not watching the Padres if you don't realize that the one constant on this team this year has been Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah.
The one constant has been Xander Bogaerts. There's nobody right now you'd rather have up at bat in a key spot. Right now, that may change, but for the month of April, Xander was the MVP of this team.
We're talking first 2 weeks. I'm saying a Ramon Laureano.
With you. Yeah, Laureano was good for a bit. All right, let's look around baseball. We got a couple minutes in this segment. Who you got as your most surprising teams the first month of the season? Start with number 3 and work your way up. I get to go first.
Okay.
My number 3 surprise team is a tie because I think these teams go together. I think the Rockies and the White Sox should be the third most surprising teams. We are talking about teams that were the worst in the history of the game the last couple of years. And right now, the White Sox are 14-17, which is legitimately decent. The Rockies are 14-18, which I also say is legitimately decent.
I do too.
The Rockies just finished the month of April 1 game under 500. Had they won today, they would have finished over 500 for the month. They have come, and the White Sox under Will Venable have come 10 miles to become at least legitimate teams. So I rank them the third most surprising, and I kind of put them together.
Are we doing the good surprises?
Yeah, these are good surprises.
You know what? I kind of have to co-sign that, but I'm going to go in a different direction. I definitely think the Rockies and the White Sox are much better, and they have surprised me, especially the Rockies. Rockies seem like they can
actually
hold their
can
own.
pitch a little bit.
Yeah.
They don't give up 15 runs every game.
No, and they're playing good defense, but I'm going to go with the Royals. The Royals, I wasn't sure.
Okay, so you're going surprisingly bad then.
Oh, duh.
You can go either way.
No.
I'll let you go either way. Go ahead.
All right, I'll go with the Royals.
So you're surprised that they're that bad. You didn't expect them to be at the bottom.
Bobby Witt Jr. is kind of, even though he has 2 home runs, he's kind of in the same Fernando world where they're not hitting for power. Bobby Witt Jr.'s picked it up a little bit. Pasquantino has been awful this year.
So far.
The Pasquatch. Their pitching hasn't been great. They've had some injuries.
They've had some big injuries. I mean, when you lose Cole Reagans and
Seth Lugo's was out.
They also thought they had a closer, but they don't really have one. When Carlos Estevez, I think, was a kind of a fugazi last year, and they're finding out that this year.
So that's what I'll go with that.
Well, he's also only pitched a third of an inning, so I guess he's been hurt too. I should take back what I just said about Carlos Estevez. He gave up 6 runs in that outing, but he was obviously hurt.
He was so bad that he was hurt.
Yes. But yeah, the Royals are surprisingly bad. All right, my second team on my surprise list is the Cardinals. Thought they'd be the worst team in baseball. A lot of people thought. They're 18-13.
That's a good one. My second surprisingly bad team is going to be the Boston Red Sox. 12-19.
Same record as the Royals.
Not even great at all.
And already fired their manager.
Exactly.
The most surprising team in baseball, without question, is the first place. Yes, that's right. I said first place. Athletics.
I like it.
They're in first place by a game and a half, by the way.
I've been a fan of the A's from afar for a while, but yeah, they're pretty good. My number one surprisingly bad team is the Mets. I mean, you can't get around it.
The biggest payroll in the history of baseball.
Yeah, 10-21.
Yeah.
And they're 3-7 in their last 10. So at least they've done that, Chris.
They're even worse than that because they lost 12 in a row going into that.
Chris versus the fans next, 833-288-0973.
Today is the happy hour. It's brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. GL Pools, that's your go-to. Call them, ask for radio when you check in, or say the word radio, and you'll get a free month of service, which is a pretty nice little deal. Our pool was sweet today, Skraby, but got in there 5:26.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, the gate opens at 5:25. I try to time it. I want to be like right in there.
Is there anybody else there with you?
No,
okay,
of course
good,
not. I like
good.
it peaceful.
That's
like
the
that.
only reason to go that early.
The pool. I when I walk in, I look at the pool and it's glass.
That is nice.
Not moving.
That is
got
nice.
a whole pool to myself.
No kids like peeing in the pool.
Oh God, no! It's been clean the night before.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
I get it. I get that.
So, and then I'm back. Back home by like 6. Take the dog out, have a little breakfast, and then I go back to sleep.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know.
Yeah, no, I do. I go back to sleep from, I don't know, through the morning hours.
That is funny. Is
That's
it when
how I
your
do
wife
it.
goes to work?
Yes.
I only laugh because
sometimes I'm too
sorry,
tired.
Dad, you do this too.
No, sometimes I'm too tired. And so I'll fall asleep before she goes to work.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's my sleeping world, and it seems to work for me. I'm sure if there's a sleep expert out there, they would give me an F-. And guess what? I don't care.
Kaylaws wants to know if the pool's heated.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not boiling hot. I mean, it's a little chilly.
A warm pool.
But no.
It's like 70. Is it like ocean water?
It's probably higher than 70, but that's still cold when you step into it.
It totally is.
Yeah. It warms up quickly, I'll say that. But it's not, it is heated. If it wasn't heated, I don't think I could do it.
I think I'm going to try to swim more.
Because I swim in the winter too. Same thing. I mean, and the odd thing, and I think somebody already answered this one day when we talked about it before, but in the winter months, the pool, although the same temperature, feels much warmer than it does in summer. Same temperature, but it feels cooler. And there's some effect why that is.
It's the pool effect.
The pool effect. Yes, there you go. All right, we're going to get into some Chris versus the Fan. Speaking of trivial matters, 833-288-0973. I can't believe after 8 years, 9 years, we're going to have to put the sign back up with the phone number.
The sign's we're going to have to make a new one.
Make a new sign. Yeah, it's long gone, the sign. Anyway, that is the number if you want to play some trivia. Looks like we got a good group, so let's go.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. You can make it. Well, I was just about to go into the rules for some reason, but I didn't say the prize yet, which is a qualification for a chance to win this month's grand prize, a pair of field level seats to Padres Phillies on Memorial Day. Now the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. And if you get the question wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it. And you'll get that question for free today. All right. Let's go to our first contestant today. What?
What are we doing last segment? Big Five?
Yes.
Or
why?
I thought we were doing 30 Mile Zone, maybe. I just like this headline. Drake May supports Mike Vrabel amid the Rossini scandal. Quote, "We love Coach."
I did actually put this in our sheet.
I didn't expect him to say any.
I didn't expect him to say anything
What's
different.
he going to say?
But my conversation.
My head coach is a slime ball, but you know what? So is my owner. So what the hell?
What I wanted to talk
that would have been perfect.
What I want to talk about with that is like if you were Drake May or a player on that team and you held this coach and this person in high regard, would you be like, man, this guy fooled me. He's not a great guy.
I think you can separate. And I think
coach from person.
I think you can do it in football. There's something different about football, and that's not to knock football or lessen any other sports. Please try not to read too much into that.
Basically, you said football is the best sport.
No, I just think football is so much about emotion and just kind of rah and go get them. I think
run
that's
through a wall type of stuff.
Yeah, I think that's just different.
I do agree.
I think if you were a college basketball coach and you had a bunch of kids that were really looking up to you and only played because you recruited them and groomed them and were a big influence on their lives, and then you're in a scandal like this, I think that would be tough.
That would be tough.
But I think a pro football player, we'll go into the Drake May. And
it is funny though.
Because once you start about this, you can't stop talking about it. So.
It is funny though because Drake May. What else is he supposed to say?
That's
I hate the guy. He's a terrible guy.
Slime ball like my owner.
That's a good line, Chris.
That would have been a great line by Drake May. I would have respected him forevermore. I might have even rooted him to do well against the Dolphins if he would have said something like that.
Really?
Yes. My coach is a slime, and so is my owner.
Okay.
That would have been really good.
I don't think Mike Vrabel and the owner could do anything because it's the truth.
He's not. He's speaking facts.
All right. Let's go to. Is it Elias?
Yes.
All right, Elias. Are you ready to play?
Yeah. First time player.
First time player.
Let's go to question number 2.
How's your sports bureau, Elias? Good?
I would say pretty good.
Yeah, it is good.
Oh, you got the joke.
It's very informative. Very informative.
Let's go with one of these. I'm going to say 3 players' names, and then you're going to say what team they played together.
Oh, these are kind of tricky.
They are, but
this is number 2, right? Though question, right? He's past
question
number 1.
2. Correct.
All right, so you're going to give you 3 players, and are you going to tell them the sport or no?
Yeah. Well, these are all baseball players.
Okay, so 3 baseball players. What team do they have in common that they played for? Okay.
All right. Let's go with Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Josh Bell.
Josh Bell.
Nationals.
Hey, that was
correct.
good. You know what, Elias? You're very good because he was trying to trick us into the Phillies, and you didn't fall for it. All of those.
I was like, I thought you guys were going to be because Trey Turner obviously played for the Nationals
so did
and
Schwarber.
the Phillies. Yes, that was a good
Josh Bell. Now, well done by our contestant there.
Yes. All right, here we go to question number 3.
Is this another same thing? Baseball?
No, this is
you're
we're
doing
back
something
to
different.
question.
Okay.
I'm going to go with deep dive on those though.
Okay.
What Major League Baseball player is the only to have over 700 home runs and 500 steals?
Wow.
Only player to have 700 home runs, over 700 home runs, and 500 steals.
A lot of both.
Yes, it is.
Ricky Henderson.
Ricky.
You went with Ricky.
Unfortunately, he wishes he hit 700.
Yeah, I think he's a little short on the home runs. It's got to be Barry Bonds, doesn't it? Yeah. Sorry, Elias.
Thanks for playing.
Appreciate you playing, man. Play again. You're obviously very good at this, and your turn to win will come. So call us another time.
It sure will.
On we go.
It sure will.
I think Willie Mays is in the 600 something club because he had a lot of stolen bases too, but I don't know. He didn't have 700 home runs, Willie. He had 660. Was his total.
Still pretty good.
Yes, Willie could play a little bit. I don't know if you're aware of that.
A little bit.
Some people consider him to be the greatest player in the history of the sport. So,
all right, let's go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Let's go to Neil. Hello, Neil.
Hey, Neil.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. You ready to play?
Let's go.
All right. Question number 1. This one should be easy. What team does Luis Ariz play for?
Now?
Yes.
Gigantes
is correct.
Gigantes. And
Luis Ariz is playing really great.
And he is. And my mean Luis Ariz comment from my friend the other day. Right?
Oh, yes.
Luis Ariz is the same power hitter now as Fernando, and we ran him out of town.
Yeah.
That was
run him out of town.
That was my friend's line, not mine.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, Neil, let's go to question number 2. All right, let's go with this one. What is the name of the guy calling all the shots for the Boston Red Sox? Who's that GM?
Their GM.
Yeah.
He's been in the news lately.
Gosh, I don't know this one.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Are you gonna...
I don't know that you could
Don't
just
know.
guess it out
Don't
of
know.
nowhere. That'd be hard.
Don't
Craig
know.
Breslow's his name. Sorry about that. Who was it? Neil. Sorry, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I only know this because
We've talked about
it a lot. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next contestant. Give me a number 1 through 5, Chris.
4.
4 is Scott in Carlsbad. Hello, Scott.
Hey, Scotty.
It's Scott and Curran.
Oh, it's Scott and Curran. Hello, guys.
All right, Curran's in there as well.
Here we go. Question number 1.
We definitely we actually you know how old I am now. I want a
what is
word where I
happening?
just forget it. No, I like when a father plays with their kid.
Father and son
Father
pairing.
son
Or
combo.
we've had father and daughter
Right, we
combos
have.
and mother and daughter combos. mother and son.
I got the word I wanted.
What?
We encourage that.
Yes.
That's what I was hoping to say before I stumbled badly all over it.
All right, Scott, what Phillies manager was fired this week? Or what is the name of the Phillies manager?
Rob Thompson.
Oh,
Rob Thompson. I heard it
Good
twice.
job.
That's good.
Good job. Here we go. Question
Sorry, we can only give you 1 point for that, though.
number 2.
Even though you said it twice.
What team did Reggie Jackson hit the most home runs for?
As a member of which team?
Yeah, as a member, that's a better way.
Right.
As a member of which team did Reggie Jackson hit the most home runs for?
I'll say the Yankees.
Yankees. Stay there.
Really? I would have said Yankees too. Well, now the Angels are in the running, but so are those A's. He started with the A's. God, I think he was with the A's longer. I'm going to say the A's.
A's.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Scott. I thought you had it with Yankees.
I honestly thought so too when I went to go look this up. I was like, man,
A's. He
All
was
right.
good with the A's. He was. People don't remember him being there, but he was good.
He was good.
Yeah.
Let's go with let's go tiebreaker. Let's go Reggie Jackson.
I believe Reggie Jackson and Barry Bonds are both Sun Devils.
Arizona State.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I know
pair.
nothing about baseball,
College baseball. Yeah. Let me make sure on Reggie. I know Barry Bonds went to Arizona State. Yes, so did Reggie. So there's a pretty good power pair there.
All right, get off of his page because I'm going to ask you
Oh,
questions.
right. Yes. Don't. Okay.
Give me a number 1 through 6.
6. I always choose 6.
Go again.
1.
Let's go to Guy in Bay Park. Hello, Guy.
Guy.
I'm always the tiebreaker, the deciding tiebreaker here.
Well, it's tiebreaker time.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to ask Chris to give me a number on Reggie Jackson's career, and you're going to guess, Guy, whether or not the actual answer is higher or lower than what Chris said. So, Chris, he played 21 seasons.
Yes, he did.
10 for Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, he had 269 home runs for the A's, which is by far and away the most.
It wasn't even close.
Wasn't
in that
even close.
regard.
The next highest was 144 for the Yankees.
Okay.
What was his career batting average?
And I'm going to give you what I think his career batting average is, and
Yes.
then
Yes. And then
Guy will guess
yes.
whether his average is actually higher or lower. Oh, boy, that's hard because in those days, you had to hit at least 260. You know what I mean? Like if you were even a slugger, like you couldn't hit 220 and be a slugger. They didn't like that. You had to have some average in there.
Yeah.
So I think in Reggie's first few years in Oakland, he had a pretty high average because he was fast and he, hit a lot of doubles and things. I'm going to say 266.
266
for Reggie's career batting average, but that is a total guess.
Guy, is the actual answer higher or lower?
I'm guessing higher.
Higher.
Says he had a higher career batting average than 266. Did he?
Yes, sir.
He did not.
Man, this one was close.
What did he hit?
262.
262. He was a little under that, Guy.
262.
Sorry about that. That was a hard one. I didn't know, but I had a feeling my guess was going to be pretty close. So
Yeah,
All right, on to
you're
the
right.
next.
You ferreted, as you like to say.
Ferreted it out.
Yes.
Yeah, Reggie was. I believe. I'm going to look this up while we're talking. I believe Reggie Jackson still is the man who has struck out more than any other player in the history of baseball.
On his baseball reference page, you can't look it up though.
I'm not looking it up.
Oh, on his baseball reference page, he's got a big old gold with strikeouts, which means he is the leader.
He's the all-time leader. Yeah.
All-time career record, 2,597.
So that put his drop the batting average a tad.
Just a tad.
Yeah. How many times he struck out?
2,597. But you got to think someone's going to break that.
Somebody's going to break that this year.
I mean, Ellie De La Cruz has struck out like 600 times in 3 years.
All Ellie De La Cruz has to do is play like 10 years, and he'll blow past Reggie Jackson. No, I think that's true, though. Because I mean, when Reggie Jackson struck out all those times, guys didn't strike out like they do now.
All right, we're going to Mike in Wait, no, I'm sorry. I wanted to go to this one. Joseph in San Diego. That was the next longest holding. Joseph, hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Joseph, welcome. You're in, man. You made it.
You ready to play tiebreaker?
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm glad someone went before me because I've never done a tiebreaker. So
Okay, perfect.
All right, so you kind of know the deal
All right,
now.
stay right there, Joseph. I'm going to go ahead and ask Chris another question about Reggie Jackson's career. Chris, how many games did he play in his career?
What'd you say?
How many games?
21 years?
Oh, so yeah, 21.
He played most of them that I recall. And again, we're going to an era. I'm allowed to get my calculator out. This is how I get my guesses somewhat close. There's 160. He had 21 years. So I'm going to times 21 by what I think he averaged in terms of games.
Shall we play a game?
That scared the hell out of me.
I love that movie.
I'm going to say he averaged 140 games a year. Because I think guys played then. That would take us to 2940. That might be too high. 2,900 games for Reggie.
Joseph, is the actual answer higher or lower?
Let's see. I think what's funny is he stopped playing, I think, 11 years before I was even born.
Yeah, old Reggie Reggie's old now.
But just know he played 21 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 21 years. Going based off of Chris's average.
2,900.
I'm gonna go under. Let's go under.
A little bit under, he says, and he got it.
Wow! Stay right there, Joseph.
Joseph, you're a winner.
All right, the actual answer was you were very close in both your guesses. 2,820 games played.
28-20. All right. But that does tell you he averaged like 100. So he averaged about 135 games a year.
In 21 seasons, he only played less than 100 games twice.
Did he play 162 ever? Maybe not the whole year, but I bet he was way up there.
Here, let me sort it like this. He played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons of 150 games or more.
6 or more, yeah.
The lowest in his rookie year, he played 35. In 1981, he played 94.
Reggie Jackson is really one of the best players that I don't think gets talked about as one of the best players, and here's why.
Because he's mean.
He just was not a good dude.
Yeah, that's what I've heard from anybody who's met him is that you don't want to meet him.
Wasn't the best guy. Now, he used to come on the old shows with the Loose Cannons.
Oh, yeah.
And he was kind of fun on those shows, and but I've heard too many negative, bad Reggie stories.
Yeah, me too.
And it's too bad because it doesn't sound like he needed to be the way he was sometimes.
No, he's Mr. October.
Sure is. Never going to take that away from him. He had his own candy bar. What? You didn't know?
No.
Oh, my God. In the 70s, the Reggie bar. Look it up. It was a huge seller.
I believe you.
The Reggie bar. I can't believe you didn't
know
know about it. I don't think so, but it's certainly in the Candy Bar Hall of Fame.
Wow. Look at this.
The Reggie bar.
Really terrible logo. That is
well, I didn't say it was a good logo, but I'm just saying they had a Reggie bar.
Yeah,
I can't believe
right
you didn't
there.
know. That's weird that you...
chocolatey covered caramel and peanuts.
Yeah, that's weird that is something that escaped you, but I mean, I understand why it did before your time, but it's kind of...
25 cents. I'd buy it.
Right. Yeah, the price was right. Traffic here, and then more Gwynn and Chris. together in our Odyssey Palace studios. Brought to you by Bill Howe. We know how. Tony Gwynn Jr. was with us earlier, of course. And heading on down to the big dinner at the Diamond event tonight at Petco Park, which is closed to all of us. So don't bother heading down unless you think you can dress whimsically enough to talk your way into this big money event.
Yeah, I'm wondering what this whimsical is. Is it just dress like Cam Newton or wear a Cam Newton hat? I mean,
yeah, that to me is not whimsical. That's just silly. The Cam Newton thing. So, but that's just me. Anyway, Tony and, we'll all be back tomorrow. We got a 2:00 show. It'll be Friar Friday. And I'm told that Ty France will be our guy tomorrow on Friar Friday. Looking forward to that.
You hit a bunch of home runs, you come on the show.
Well, he's just having a great start with the Padres. He's been so good, and look forward to having him on. But you know what I'm going to ask him tomorrow, don't you, Skrabe?
What?
Should a pitcher be able to catch a pop foul in the infield?
That's a fair question.
That's the one he couldn't, right? He couldn't see it in the sun. Otherwise, he would have caught that.
Yeah.
And that led to, the ball dropping.
I have a feeling because he's such a good guy, he's going to say, no,
we'll see what he
my
says.
Play.
Oh, he'll say it was his play. I just want to know what he thinks about the unwritten rule that a pitcher can't catch a pop-up.
I like it.
Because Ty's played all the infield positions, so he's done all that. He knows third base, second base, first base. I think he played some short at San Diego State, if I recall.
I don't think you get to the major leagues if you don't know how to play every position in college.
By the way, I was looking up the most likely player to break Reggie Jackson's record for most strikeouts as a batter.
Aaron Judge?
I didn't get that far down the list.
Okay.
The guy that's highest on the list currently is Bryce Harper. He's not the active leader. The active leader is Stanton, Giancarlo Stanton, but I don't think he's going to play long enough beyond now. Bryce Harper plays 6 more years, and I think that's conceivable. He's 33 years old. He could play 6. If he plays 6 more years, he could break it. Eugenio Suarez could break it with 5 more years. And both those guys are 33 years old right now. So it's not as much a given as I thought it was, that you can just break Reggie's strikeout record.
It does seem like it's kind of a given.
But somebody's got to do it.
Somebody.
Because these guys strike out all the time now. So
I did find out that there are Reggie bars that you could buy out there.
Oh, yes. They were a quarter back in the day. But that's not going to get you in a Reggie bar now, though.
No, Target wants you to take out a small loan.
For, what was it, $24 for 6 of them?
24, and on Amazon it was, $4, 6 of them. Amazon, it was 24 of them for $68.
You can get 24 Reggie bars sent to your home right now from Amazon.com.
I have it right here. They're weird looking, though.
They're shaped like a baseball.
I know. They're just weird looking to me. I don't know.
Why is that weird?
I don't know.
They're round.
Because the way the person's eating it, how they're eating it like, I don't know how to describe a cookie. Yeah. Like, don't your hands get all like chocolatey?
Well, that's why you got to get M&Ms. Remember, I don't know if you see M&M's old. I'm taking you way back now. M&M's old adage on the commercials was melts in your mouth, not in your hand. But it was a bunch of bull because I've had a million M&Ms melt in my hands.
You're right.
So that was just a lie.
That was false advertising.
Totally
honestly.
False. Should have been taken off the air immediately.
You should have done this. Yeah, I've been holding these in my hand.
You hold them long enough, they'll melt in your hands. Believe me, they will.
Oh, that's funny.
Favorite candy bar? You got the whole rack in front of you. You're getting one, and then you're on your way out the door.
You go first.
You're not going to like this because I don't really think I'd choose anything. I don't like candy bars in general, but if I have to buy one, God, this almost sounds bad. I kind of like those Rocky Road candy bars. You remember those?
Somewhat.
They're still out there.
Somewhat.
They're kind of a softer nougat.
Bar?
Nougat inside the chocolate.
People are going to hate me for mine.
What's yours? Snickers? I mean, is
Almond
that just
Joy.
good? Oh, my God. Peter Paul Mounds has nuts.
Yeah.
Or no, Almond Joy's got nuts. Peter Paul Mounds don't.
Yeah.
So yours the one with nuts. Almond Joy's
I
got
love
nuts.
the Almond Joy. I also love Three Musketeers.
I don't care for coconut, so that's why I can't do the Almond Joy. We'll take a break. More Gwynn and Chris ahead. One final segment today, and then at 5 o'clock, Padre fans, don't go too far because you get to hear a replay of today's roundtable with all of the hosts here on 97.3 The Fan talking an hour of commercial-free Padre baseball from 5 to 6 o'clock. Good start for the Knickerbockers, 25, Hawks 13, late first quarter. Gwynn and Chris returns.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
And I want to work on that. And I want.
Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers, great shortstop. Jack Morris in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second number 1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero, never met a pitch he couldn't swing at, and powerhouse hitter for the Expos, and then, of course, the Angels at the end of his career. Jim Thome, over 600 home runs, mostly with the Cleveland Indians. And then, the guy down here on the end who used to get all these guys out all the time, Trevor Hoffman, the greatest Padre reliever of them all. Two of the greatest outfielders in the history of baseball. Of course, you've got Babe Ruth right here. Ted Williams right over there. I was wondering who the third outfielder would be. And then, of course, it hit me. Tony would be upset if I didn't say that the third outfielder, who will someday probably be displayed right here between these two guys, is obviously Mike Trout. And this is the San Diego Padres locker room here in Cooperstown. Obviously a couple of jerseys there and hats, gloves, all-star stuff. I think the most interesting thing in this entire display, though, especially this weekend, is a picture in the top corner of Angus Young. He's the guitarist for AC/DC, wearing a Trevor Hoffman uniform, obviously playing Hell's Bells. I know that Trevor went to many AC/DC concerts and was honored by sitting in the front row to watch AC/DC play Hell's Bells in his honor. But there's a picture of Angus Young playing Hell's Bells for Trevor Hoffman, wearing the 51 jersey right there. Crisello, yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers, great shortstop. Jack Morris in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota. Final segment of this Thursday get-together. Tony was with us earlier. We're all back together tomorrow at 2 o'clock ahead of Padre baseball. The Pale Hose are in town. I like to call them the Pale Hose time to time.
Did they run out of names back then? That they had the Red Sox, White Sox.
The Red Stockings were
Red
the Reds
Stock-
were the
right,
Red Stockings.
Right. That's true. Did they just name everything after pants?
Pants?
Or stockings or whatever?
After socks.
It's weird. I always thought the Black Sox growing up, Chris, was like an actual team until I realized it was
They were for a year. They called them the Black Sox because the Pale Hose were cheating. Did you ever see the movie? It's pretty good.
I did.
Pretty
It was
good recollection of that story.
Yeah, I did like that one.
8 Men Out, or 8 Men Out. Was it?
I don't remember the title,
I think it was.
but I have seen it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. All right. I have one stat for the Padres that's my favorite stat of the month of April. And I have one stat that is just amazes me on more of a, I put it in the negative category, let's say. The one that I find incredible because I just don't expect it is that their ERA, team ERA, is worse than the Rockies. ERA.
Mm-hmm.
The Rockies last year, do you know that they had the worst ERA in one season of any team in baseball history?
I did not know that.
Yeah, 6 point, whatever they were.
But it did not surprise me.
But the Rockies so far in the month of April had a better team ERA than the Padres. But the Padres obviously have all the wins. But here's the good Padres stat of the month. This is insane. Padres team OPS for the month, 693. But in late and close situations, 921 OPS.
Mm-hmm.
A full 230 points higher when, quote, the game is on the line. That's why they're winning.
I guess you can't say they're not clutch.
They're
anymore.
clutch right now. Yeah, right. They've been way clutch so far.
That is crazy. I never would have thought a Padres team that we're talking about would have the best 7th, 8th, 9th inning.
Yeah, we've been awesome. After the scoreboard turns to 7,
that's when you turn on the game.
From now on, we're all going out to enjoy a little family time.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming home at 8 o'clock to pick up the game on the radio.
Yes.
That's when the Padres play best. Here's some traffic to help you go out with the family.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
San Diego, the 805 southbound from 8, slow to ML King Freeway from earlier crash. 5 southbound from Ohio Village Drive. It's stop and go until the 52.
Traffic brought to you by Caltrans Asset Management. Caltrans Asset Management work continues this weekend on northbound 805 with the closure of all lanes from State Route 52 to Miramar Road on May 1st at 9 p.m. to May 4th at 5 a.m. Expect delays and use Interstate 5 for travel north of University City.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, I think I figured out that traffic alert, Chris. It's the 805 north from the 52 to Miramar Way.
I thought it was the 15 north.
No, 805 north.
Oh, well, that helps me a little.
Yes. I got caught in it. So if you're going to the game,
doesn't help the 805 people any,
no, but
though.
if you're going to the game tomorrow night, please keep this in mind because it closes at 9 p.m. And I've got stuck in this before.
You'll go home on the 5 instead of the 805.
Or the 15. Just do not take the 805 because they will funnel you onto the 52 to the 15.
And you'll be stuck for a while.
Yes.
All right, very good. That's something to definitely keep in mind. That affects a lot of people.
It does. It does. Especially people coming
So
from
it's the
games.
805. I said the 15 earlier. Okay,
Well,
the
yeah.
805 is closed.
805 from the 52 north to like Miramar Way. So it's all closed all weekend. So don't go there.
I got you.
We're broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios where we know how. And I was going to ask a Fernando question, but we have talked a lot about Fernando today. So I'm going in a different direction.
Number 5.
And you brought this up in the break that out of the top 50 WNBA players, according to ESPN, I'm assuming,
yeah,
where does Caitlin Clark fall?
Yeah.
And the answer is 10, which I said top 5.
Right. You even said first for a moment.
Yeah. And then I thought, okay, she's not the best skilled basketball player in the WNBA, but she's the most well-known.
She actually might be one of the best skilled.
Okay.
But
what do you think, Chris?
She doesn't have the size to be the best player in the league because dominant size matters in women's basketball. Unlike the men, I mean, the guards play great in women's basketball. Don't get me wrong. But when you're 6'4", and you've got the athleticism of an Asia Wilson, then you just have an advantage that somebody like Caitlin Clark can't really compete with at her size.
Yeah.
So Asia Wilson is rated number 1, and I'm not surprised. But the fact that Caitlin Clark is number 10 definitely surprises me. I thought she'd be much higher. She's behind Kelsey Plum. Heads up to Kelsey, who's, our local, La Jolla Country Day, Powhatan. Paige Beckers is ahead of Caitlin Clark, which might be a little early. I was surprised by that. Sabrina Ionescu, some of these, Brianna Stewart. There's some good players on this list. But yeah, I'm surprised Caitlin Clark number 10.
Wonder
I
how
thought
much
she'd be
of
higher.
Her not playing last year makes people forget.
Maybe that has to factor into it for sure.
Number 4.
Ace pitchers have struggled out of the gate so far this season. Red Sox Garrett Crochet is on the IL. He has a 6.30 ERA. Logan Webb, although he had a great day this morning, 4.86 ERA. Mariners Luis Castillo has a 6.35 ERA. And although he's not an ace, Roki Sasaki also has a 6.35 ERA. Just wanted to say that.
You just wanted to get that in
Just
there.
wanted to get that in there.
Special citation to Roki Sasaki for that.
So I'll go with you first. What's up with the brand name pitchers so far?
I don't have the answer for all of these guys. It is weird when you look at the ERA leaders in all of baseball right now. Here's the top 5. Jose Soriano, Cam Schlittler, Nick Martinez.
Yes, 1.7, I think.
Parker Messick, Clay Holmes. Those are not exactly the 5 you'd choose, right?
No, definitely not.
I don't know. I think some of the cream will rise to the top. Number 1, number 2. I did hear an interesting thought on Logan Webb, why he might be struggling a little, and it makes a little sense to me.
Okay.
Logan Webb is so accurate, can place the ball wherever he wants with how many different pitches can he do it, right?
Yeah.
But he would get the call many times because he's so crafty and he could place that ball 1 inch off the plate and get a called strike 3.
It's an ABS thing.
Now he doesn't get it. He's got to bring that in. It's got to be over the plate. Whereas Logan Webb, I think, and they did a stat, one of these analytic things I heard earlier, that said Logan Webb had more strikeouts last year on balls out of the strike zone than any other player in baseball.
Wow.
He's not getting any of those this year unless the guy swings.
Okay.
But if you don't swing, you're not getting the call. That could be an explanation.
That's a pretty good explanation.
Better pitchers are the ones that are better because they're able to hit spots just off the plate. But whereas those used to be strikes, they're not anymore.
Yeah.
That
makes a lot of sense.
I think it's a fair, potentially the reason, but normally good pitchers figure out a way to, still be good pitchers. Like you said, Logan Webb has been on the beam lately.
He has been. That's a really good explanation for Logan Webb. I don't really know. I don't care. I don't have him on my fantasy team. They're not playing for the Padres, so who cares?
All right.
In my mind, at least.
Perfect.
Number 3.
Perfect.
Who's your fantasy ace right now?
Tarek Skubal.
That's pretty good.
He started rough.
Started a little rocky.
The Cubs pitching staff has been absolutely, according to CBS Sports, ravaged with injuries, and more bad news popped up yesterday or 2 days ago. Lefty Justin Steele, who had Tommy John surgery last April, suffered a setback in his rehab and had to be shut down. He will be reevaluated in a month, per Craig Counsell. I guess I'll go first. Do teams ask too much of their players in a return from Tommy John? I do think that they're trying to rush these guys back as quick as possible. I think Joe Musgrove is showing us that sometimes a Tommy John surgery and a recovery is not a straight line. It's very windy. Many different things can happen. But I do think these guys sometimes push them a little too fast to come back. And if Justin Steele has to be shut down for another month, I mean, that doesn't look good for the rest of the year. So I think some teams may push him back too early. Chris?
You know, we're now on 52 years since the original Tommy John surgery, right?
Recovery
1974.
time still the same.
No, it was a little longer back then.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, but this is normal. This isn't anything that would just surprise you. The doctor of let's say the team doctor, he's motivated to get the guy back a little sooner than the personal doctor of the athlete who wants to make sure he's going to be 100% healthy.
Of course, yeah.
This is the dance that goes on. These are multi-gazillion-dollar properties. If I was paying my property that much, I'd want to be getting some use from him.
Yeah.
But this is the risk, right? If you rush back, then you get even a further setback. Spencer Strider is supposed to return Sunday. Now, this is not off Tommy John. He's over that.
Yeah.
But he had another thing. I still worry about him breaking down 2 weeks after this. Certain guys just seem like they are just destined for that.
It does seem that
And
way.
Spencer Strider is throwing 102 miles an hour, and he's 90 pounds. There's no way he should be able to do that. And it's why I think he does break down.
Steph is asking, is Joe still shut down? I don't think so, but I don't think he's doing major pitching or anything like that.
Shut down might be a little strong, but I don't know what pitching he's doing.
I think he's doing some throwing, but I don't think he's doing like bullpens or anything like that.
It's going slow.
It is going slow.
Number 2.
All right, Duke is entering into a first-of-its-kind enterprise partnership.
So happy for my guy, old Shire the Crier here.
Because they're going to enter a partnership with Amazon.
Some more money for him.
That also includes the Amazon streaming 3 marquee men's basketball games with Duke involved. The Blue Devils are going to face UConn on November 25th. They're going to face Michigan on December 21st and Gonzaga on February 20th. The deal will include extensive NIL opportunities for Duke athletics and is part of a broader retail partnership expected to be announced at a later date. So, Chris, is this an example of an uneven playing field becoming more uneven in college sports?
Yeah, the rich are getting richer. Do you think let's say Cal State Fullerton could put together a package of 3 games against Utah Tech and sell them to Amazon and get more money for their athletes?
No.
Okay, so, this is – I can't knock Duke for doing this. I hate it because they have the ability to do it and others don't. But what am I supposed to do? Tell them not to do it? People want to watch Duke play Gonzaga. They want to see Duke play Michigan. Duke's smart. They're saying, hey, we'll let you watch it, but you're going to have to pay up.
Yep.
That's not dumb.
It's not dumb, but
they need the NIL money. But the joke that says, the line I hated there was, it's going to give them more NIL opportunities.
Yeah,
what is that supposed to mean? Like they could work harder for the money? No. NIL opportunities means we can just flat out give them more cash.
Yes.
That's what that means.
Yes, that and yeah, it will. And you could also recruit guys now and say, hey, you're going to be on Prime Video. Everybody in the world can watch you play basketball.
People do kind of like that. I think kids especially.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the last one because
Number 1.
we talked about the foul fair ball for all of Tuesday's show. But remember when the MLB Scoring Changes Twitter account, Chris, was trying to make it seem like they knew exactly what was happening and that everybody's getting it wrong except for them?
Okay. Yeah, I do.
Well, look at this long explanation, because finally people were like, dude, you're wrong. MLB came out. Look at this long explanation, Chris. Like 3 pages of an explanation.
Try to defend their wrongness?
They never once said they were wrong in this. They said that they were correct for 2021 rules. They're correct for 2023 rules, but that's it. They didn't say anything else.
Well, that's like, I mean, look, if you were correct on a rule that's not in existence anymore, that's like me telling you, hey, the umpires got it wrong. That batter walked on 4 balls. He needs to get 8 balls to walk.
Yeah.
Because that's how it was in 1843 or whatever. So
here's a fun comment from Julie. A whole lot of words, making sure to include some good boy points for yourself, yet, quote, I was wrong, is nowhere to be found.
Just admit it when you're wrong, people. It goes away much faster.
That's all you have to do.
It even is, you know what? It's even something you should learn. Oh, but you can't. But it's even something that would work when you're a little kid.
Yeah.
When your mom comes in, who did this? Our first response is to say, not me.
Yeah.
But man, if you say it's you, most parents will be like, oh, wait, you're admitting it?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I don't have to call you 3 different names to figure out which one is right.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to punish you. You're on restriction for an hour, and then you're good.
This is some mental gymnastics over here.
That is mental gymnastics. All right. Great roundtable, epic Padre roundtable brought to you by Epic Wings. It's coming up next, an hour free of commercial free Padre talk. And then we're back tomorrow at 2:00. See ya.
We've got a baseball season. What would you guys send Stephen Woods? And joining us today,
our center fielder.
He's kind of our special guest.
Our center
of course,
fielder
is our colleague, but it's always good to see Tony Gwynn Jr. on the panel. Tony, welcome to the roundtable.
Hi, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing well.
Nice to have a baseball player in here for once.
What do you think of the Epic Wings? I saw you chowing down. They're pretty good, aren't they?
The Gwynn family and Epic Wings know each other very, very well.
I see that.
Yes, we do.
Glad you can make it.
He has carte blanche there.
Obviously not the best week of the Padres season, but let's start with a big picture question on the roundtable. We're now more than a month into the 2026 baseball season. What would you guys say is the Padres' identity so far this year, if they have one, Chris?
I think they have one, at least for the first month of the season. That may change in the coming months. I think that I was looking at the numbers, and they always say the numbers don't lie. But I think for the Padres, they lie. They kind of lie. The Padres are the 18th best, or 22nd, I'm sorry, in baseball in slugging percentage, or OPS, and they're 18th in ERA. That normally doesn't lead to one of the best records in the league. But they are clearly one of the best teams in the league from the seventh inning on. And the statistics back that up. So I would say they've been clutch so far, and their timing has been excellent.
It's interesting because framing, you can always, framing behind the plate, but framing of a topic, Tony, you can say the Padres are clutch. They get better as the game goes on, or you could say they're just slow starters in every single game as well. That would be the negative way to put it. They do have trouble kind of scoring in the first inning, scoring early, often falling behind, but it doesn't seem to hurt them that much, or it hasn't hurt them that much. Is this a team that gets better as the game goes on?
I don't think there's any doubt. The irony, though, is that they lost this last series going the opposite way, scoring early, not being able to add late. Just in the pitchers, yes, as well. But offensively, certainly, you can tell, well, at least I can because I'm watching it every day, that whatever their game plan is going into the game, it takes them a go around before they really start to hone in on it. And it's amazing that usually the second, third time through the lineup, you start to see them kind of hone in. And that's when the at-bats start to get longer, they get tougher. And, I think as the season goes along, they'll get better at getting to that point earlier in the game, but I think at least initially they've been money come 7th, 8th, 9th inning by that time.
As a big league hitter, Tony, that makes sense to me logically. You get a couple looks at a pitcher, you get a plan, you get better as the game goes on. But the opposite can also be true. A pitcher reads you, figures out how to get you out as the game goes on. So it's not always the case that you get better as the game goes on. There are teams, there are players who attack you right off the bat, and that, you know, get off to faster starts.
No, there's no doubt, and that's why I say I think they'll get better as the season goes along in terms of like getting to that point earlier. But I think from a pitcher standpoint, you're pitching to the hitter's weakness on most occasion. When a guy goes into a game, he's trying to pitch to their weakness. Now, if they can't execute, you know, that's where they get themselves in trouble. And I think for the Padres and offensively early on, there may be some of those mistakes that are fouled off versus the pitcher necessarily going out and execute. Now, they certainly faced those guys this year, and a lot of those games, they still found a way to win the game late. So I just think that they are very good as the game goes along.
Woods, what would you say is the Padres' identity through 28, 20, 30 games?
You know, for me, it's been an even keel. They've been a very even. We're in the middle. You know, we've been talking a lot about that, and I think I talked about it on every roundtable, like the difference in management styles, and I think it's carried over into the clubhouse. You don't see a lot of panic, and you don't see a lot of nervous energy. You see Craig being very calm, and I think his team has responded by playing very calm as well and not getting too power. We're down 2 runs. We've had those years. Down 2 runs, might as well turn the TV off. Go outside. Go wash your car. Do whatever you want to do. Players were saying it themselves back then, you know, a couple years back. Now it's like, oh, all right. Kind of woke us up a little bit. So I think it starts and stops with the leadership in the room. I give Craig a lot of credit for that, man.
I agree with you, but
it's like working with you, right?
But there's always a fine line. When you're winning, you're even keeled. When you're losing, you lack intensity.
Correct.
And it's the exact same team with the exact same attitude. It's just winning or losing frames what that looks like.
And I think I'm willing to sacrifice. I think I'm willing to risk that. I really am, because I think in the course of 162 plus maybe the playoffs, like I just don't think you can be Drew Gilbert, hair on fire, punching each other in the face after every ground ball or after every stolen base. Like, I just don't think that's the right way to win a baseball game at any level, right? I just don't. Maybe college baseball. That's really where it's at. But I don't know, man. I think the even keel in the big leagues with this group of players is the only way to manage these guys.
And part of that, and anyone can chime in on this, is at least on the pitching side, they're missing 2 of their most fiery players in Joe Musgrove and Nick Pivetta, who, you know, we had Nick for a few starts at the beginning of the season, haven't seen Joe yet. Those guys tend to be the emotional heart of the pitching staff. You're left with, you know, Matt Waldron, not the most emotional guy out there. Guys at the back of the rotation, Herman Marquez. We're getting to know him. I mean, Walker Buehler's certainly a gamer. He's got intense. Some fire and some intensity to him, but he doesn't make the team seem like they're not even keel, at least when he's pitching.
Yeah.
I think Jay Cronenworth is kind of a spirit guy, and he just hasn't been on base enough to do that kind of thing yet. And I think once he gets on base, starts getting dirty a little bit, you know, I think that's going to light a little fire too.
And Jackson's been slumping lately.
Jackson as well. He's another guy who does that.
One of those energy guys. Braden, would you say anything to add to the identity of the San Diego Padres?
You know, I've been the whole time you guys are talking, thinking between like team oriented and gritty. And I don't like using the term gritty because I think Mike Schilt used it way too much in the last couple of years. I think he used it even when the team wasn't gritty. Yeah. I think this team right now actually is as gritty as Mike Schilt said they were in the past. I think they actually look like it now. But I think this is kind of the first time through where you've seen a little bit more team oriented of passing the baton at the plate and grinding out at bats and selfless at bats. And I think you're seeing that at a lot of guys. I think you're seeing you know, some sacrificing of maybe some like egos of what they think they are individually as players. I think everybody's contributing. And I love the way Craig Stamen's letting everybody use their assets and use what they're good at to help this team. So I would probably say I think they're a very team-oriented team.
It's our Epic Padres Roundtable brought to you by Epic Wings, always fresh, never frozen. And look at that. We made it 8 minutes without talking about Fernando Tatis Jr. I cannot go anywhere in town without someone bringing up Fernando at this point.
Somebody DM'd me that we should cut him after he hit the ball 108 miles an hour at somebody.
I get those, yeah.
It's we were just talking with Eno Saris on our show. The numbers are baffling. Dennis Lynn in The Athletic wrote that Fernando Tatis Jr. set the all-time Major League Baseball record this past month for most hard hit balls in a single month, and he did so while hitting 250 with 4 doubles and no home runs. Tony, I mean, you can't get away from it either.
No.
Is there anything wrong with Fernando? What's wrong with Fernando? Does he need to change anything? Does he need to do the same? Let's just attack this from all angles right now.
There's about 4 of them in there.
I know.
I think, does he need to change anything? Technically, yes, right? I think he's trying to find that slot that allows him to get to the ball. Because at this point, it's not about, catching it further out front or hitting it harder, because we know that he's doing that. It's just about finding that slot where it allows him to get the ball in the air the right way. And I honestly think it's just a matter of time. I know people don't want to hear that, but when you're hitting the ball hard and you're hitting it to all fields hard, it's just about finding that slot. And I think, in my opinion, it's a path thing. Once he gets the path right, Toddy can do things that no one else can do, right? Ideally, you want to at least have the thought of knob to the ball, right? And I think Toddy sometimes gets outside of the baseball, but he is so athletic. He can redirect his swing and still hit the ball 105, 108. But that's not necessarily what's going to get the ball in the air. And I think as he cleans his path up, I honestly think it's gonna come in a bunch. We're gonna be sitting here having this conversation about how many homers he's had in a month. I honestly believe that.
Braden, you brought up that DM you got, and I think the irony is about Fernando Tatis Jr. as if there is something to be done, but there really is nothing to be done. No. You're not taking him out of the lineup. You're not moving him down in the lineup. I mean, yeah, you could put him back at leadoff. You can put him third. You can put him fourth, but you're not batting him seventh. He is signed for over a decade. He's the face of the franchise. I mean, no offense to Manny Machado or anyone else, the face of the franchise, and he's your most dangerous player even when he's not locked in. There's nothing really to be done. This is all just kind of passing the time
Thank
to talk
you so
about
much
Fernando.
for saying
It's just emotion.
So good to hear someone say something like that.
It's just
he doesn't mean it.
I mean it. I know he means it. There is literally nothing to be done. We're just talking to talk about this, hoping that it changes.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's right.
Now, the guy, he's hitting the ball hard. I mean, I don't know how many times. Like, have you ever had a baseball coach get upset with you for hitting the ball hard?
Never once.
No. Like one time, it's like, hey, Tony, yeah, I know you just hit that ball a quarter mile right off the wall. I'm gonna need you to be better and hit it over the fence next time. There's not one time a baseball coach is ever looking at that going like, you can't perform, man. It's just not working. So I mean, it's getting tiring for us. I know it's just, I get what fans expect out of Fernando. I get that the home runs are fun. I get that the home runs are sexy. I get that, that's what, fans like to pull up the contracts and stuff. I get that. That's what like you want to see out of Fernando. But I think it'd be drastically different if he was popping up or rolling over or hitting the ball soft or striking out a ton. Then you would have a problem. But he's making plays defensively. He's doing things on the bases, and he's hitting line shots to the gaps. I mean, that's what you want to see. Like, sure, he hasn't had as many doubles, triples, and home runs as maybe you would like to see, but he's hitting the ball hard. Eventually will come.
I tell you what, he's been in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning rallies most of the time that they've happened. So, I think the other thing that is, I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead.
I get it.
It's still spring training for roundtables with Tony Gwynn Jr.
No, I think for Fernando, literally just keep doing what you're doing, hitting the ball hard. You know how easy it is to roll over a fastball away and ground it weakly. It's like the easiest thing to do. I should know. I've done it a million times. You see that ball away, and instead of trying to just hit it away, I'm going to go out and get it. And you get disconnected and you roll it over. He's not doing that. He's staying inside and he's hitting it to the opposite field. And like you said, man, we've seen a slumping Fernando.
Right.
We've seen a slumping Fernando. We've seen what that looks like. This isn't that. This is a little bit unlucky, a little bit of tweaking and cleaning up. And, again, he impacts the game in so many other ways.
Yeah.
I want it to work out for him because I know he puts the work in. I know he puts the work in to get better.
That's what I was going to say. I remember now. at least could we be like losing? Because if we were losing, then it would at least make some sense to be like, man, when is this going to happen? But he's contributing to winning. The Padres are playing well. It's not the time to be like losing faith in Toddy at this point.
Can I just ask a question? Because this is all new to me, the analytics world. But I did dive into it yesterday, trying to figure out if there's anything to anything. The one thing that stood out to me, and this is all analytics, and you explained to me what it all means and whether or not it needs to be changed. His career, how they know this, I don't know. His career launch angle is 10.0. His current launch angle this year is 3.5. It's the third lowest among all players in all of baseball. Again, that it seems to explain why there's no home runs, but is that an issue? Is that something that needs to be changed? Is that as alarming as it sounds?
Is that something you can change just on the fly? You know what I mean?
That's all of that is getting into the right slot and finding that area. Because we've also had, when Toddy had the 4 punch out day or the 3 punch out day, that's him trying to find that slot, right? And he missed those. He's underneath all 4 of those strikeouts. And I think that's because he's in the process of trying to find it. You can see how a slight change could all of a sudden have you punching out 4 times. And I don't think that's ultimately what he's trying to do when he's trying to fix this.
Just to be clear, Tony, 0 flat, 3, 10. This is we're talking about very,
well, I don't know.
very
that's why I'm
small
asking.
differences
That's what I'm asking.
in terms of
that's
because his whole career number
bat compared to like swing angle too. Like,
yeah, his career numbers are 11, 11, 10, 12, and then 3.5 just kind of stands out. But maybe it doesn't mean as much as it looks like.
It's not that it doesn't mean as much. I just think that, as Ben just alluded to, we're talking just the finest minute, and trying to do that in real time with a dude rolling 97, 98 can get difficult at times. So I 100% believe he'll find it.
It also bears mentioning that in the current economics of baseball, Fernando Tatis Jr.'s contract is quite affordable for his production. And if he hadn't hit 42 home runs that first season and only hit like 28, and we weren't comparing it and we didn't know he was capable of that, we'd all just say, yeah, he's a great player. He is who he is. And we kind of look and go, but I want those 42 home runs 100%. Back. 100%. Maybe they'll come back. Maybe they won't come back. But it doesn't mean he's not a good player at the production that he's been giving the Padres. And he's not an affordable player either. All right, let's move on to some pitching talk here.
That was only 8 minutes. You thought that was going to be longer on Fernando, didn't you?
It could be forever. But like Tony and I agreed, we're all just blustering because there's nothing really to be done about it other than Fernando making some tiny adjustment that clicks in at some point.
Correct.
And then we won't be worried about it at all. It's our Epic Padres Roundtable presented by Epic Wings. Always fresh, never frozen. The Padres bullpen was billed as one of their ultimate strengths. And while it hasn't been bad, it has not been as dominant as we hoped outside of Mason Miller and mostly Jason Adam. It's still good. But outside of the big 3, Mason Miller, Jason Adam, and I'll throw Adrian Morihone in there. Here's your question. They're all unavailable. They're down for the night. They've already been used, whatever. Game's on the line. Which reliever do you trust the most?
Bragley. That's it.
Bragley is your quick answer.
Yeah, you should have put Bragley in that group.
I wanted to get that in before anybody else stole it. Is this
not
a snake draft?
It's not a draft.
Yeah.
It's just a snake
This is a snake draft? No.
Auction draft. I bid higher on the Bragley.
Probably Bragley Rodriguez.
He's very young.
He is. He's got the nastiest
The changeup
so
is
filthy.
certainly an elite big league pitch.
And again, he's learning on the job right now, man. He literally is learning on the job, and he's been put in a lot of high leverage situations, and he's come through and he's not come through. That's the nature of the game. But that's the guy I feel most confident running in right now.
Right now, especially you got to play the hot hand a little bit too. I think, maybe over the long term, maybe these guys with more experience you'd go with. But right now, I think you have to go with Bragley.
Tony, who do you not want to face as a lefty? I think Kyle
want to face
out of the big 3. Kyle Hart, that
lefty.
sweeper.
I think you can handle
lefty.
Kyle
Lefty.
Wandy Peralta, lefty.
I probably
Why'd you
don't
laugh
want to
first?
face Bragley.
Okay.
I mean, that changeup is a neutralizer. I think he runs into problems when he can't command his fastball because then the changeup becomes less effective. But I mean, if we're talking right now, I think the answer has to be Brad Glay. He's probably the guy that has held it down the best. Not that he's been perfect,
right?
Because really, the B squad, right? The B back end hasn't necessarily been great yet, but that comes with time. I think I can't remember all of the names, but I think back to 2010 when I was here with the Padres, you had Gregerson, Adams, Bell, but you also had
line break in there.
You had Ernesto Frieri. You had two other guys that could close and that could play that back end. And what I remember is it took them until the middle of the season where they became that dominant. Because remember, they're not getting thrust into those situations as often because of the guys that are in front of them.
Well, remember a couple of years ago, Jeremiah Estrada was Ernesto Frieri, and then all of a sudden 13 strikeouts in a row, and he's elite. And I think people
he's hurt too, right? We got
I think people said, Jeremiah Estrada, we don't need him. Let's get now. It's like, oh wait, hold on, we kind of do need Jeremiah Estrada.
You want to hear? To me, is an unbelievable stat. Is that the Padre right now bullpen ERA is 4.15, which is really high for the Padres. Now it's skewed because of that 2-inning 10-run game that happened, but 4.15. The Colorado Rockies team ERA is lower than that. Yet the Padres are 19-11. And that's why I go back to the very beginning when I said the numbers are lying to us. They're doing this despite the fact that a lot of things that are normal are not yet normal.
Well, one of which is that Adrian Morejon isn't throwing the ball well.
Not yet.
And so, really, without Estrada and Adrian not being as dominant, you're down to two guys that are being led, being asked to lead the way.
Well, how about this, guys? We saw it yesterday. If Brad Glay is the unanimous choice to go along with the big three, Craig Stamen seems to be saving the Morejon, Brad Glay, Adam, Miller, hey, we've got a lead. Those are our good guys. And then the other games, it's and we'll throw in Marinaccio and Hart and those other games. Would they be better served mixing it up a little bit where you have some more, because there's probably a lot of close games.
The two and two
as opposed to having your all your good guys one day and all your
you still got to get through those
great guys the other days.
You got to get through those innings.
I don't think so. I think you want to win the games you can win, and if on days, and listen, I hate to say it, but I already think you're starting to see some of the attrition on Mason, right? Because he's had to go out there so often because we're in these close games. So no, listen, this is how you cut your teeth. You got to be put in these situations and you got to go out and perform. And when you don't, it's a learning lesson. You come back the next time and you try to apply what you learned the previous time. So I think Craig is doing it the exact way. Sometimes, let's say you get into one of those spots where it would have been your main guys and you have decided to go, with one of the other guys in that spot. You end up, not having success in that spot. You lose a game that man, if I'd have lined my guys up, we win this game.
Yeah, they always talk about the lanes, and this is the right lane.
Right.
And I mean, think about it like a lineup. We've had top heavy lineups here. What we didn't do with the top heavy lineup is go, all right, you're going first. I'm going to move you down to third. Then you're going to go fifth and seventh. Now we have a balanced lineup. Right. I don't think so. I think you put your best players in the best positions.
I want to let you guys know the effect that my partner's had on me over the years. Because before I started talking to him about this stuff, my first thought on David Morgan right now would be, man, he's lost it.
Yeah.
He can't get anybody out. Let's get him back in the minor leagues. Let's get him to figure out he wasn't ready. It was kind of using your word, a fugazi, what he did last year.
Yeah.
But having now thought these things through a little bit, I look at it as a bit of a sophomore slump and the fact that this is the first time now that he's had to go through some difficulty.
Yeah.
How's he going to handle it? How's he going to adjust? How's he going to fight his way through it? We know he's got the stuff to get it done, but this is a challenge. And this is part of, to me, what happens during the course of a season. Whereas we as fans would just we got to get rid of David Morgan. You can't just throw him out. He's part of this thing. He's got to figure it out, and hopefully he will.
Yeah.
So it's a little different way of looking at it.
Chris, you talked about maybe the numbers, some of them are lying, the 18th, the 22nd. Yeah. I am not one of the doomers, but I think we all have our moments, you know.
Sure.
And
Sure.
I asked the question of Woods this week. Are those the numbers that are lying, or is 19 and 11 the number that's lying?
Right.
Like, is the Padres record a mirage, or as they are constantly telling us, wait until our star players start heating up. Wait until we get some of our starting pitchers back, and Griffin Canning and Lucas Giolito are on the way, and Nick Pivetta comes back, and hopefully Joe Musgrove comes back. Wait, how good are we going to be then? I do know that baseball is weird, and that you can have all those guys back. They'll start hitting, and it doesn't always show up in the win-loss column the way it's showing up right now for the Padres.
Yeah, I would say that you would be asking a lot of the guys that have performed well to do it for 162 without the big guys coming. So in some ways, are the numbers lying? No, because if you look at it, the big guys haven't done what the big guys done. Our rotation is not fully set, and we got some banged up arms, in the bullpen. And so, yes, the numbers are the record is probably lying from the standpoint of you can't expect it to stay this way if Pivetta stays hurt, if Joe isn't pitching, if Manny's not swinging it wet, or Toddy's not swinging. I think it would be asking a lot. So, yes, I would probably at this point. But I think it can also be true that when the big guys come back and they do what they do, you should expect to have more.
Yeah, Braden, I think that's fair. We can say that the record is a mirage a bit without saying, and now they're due for a big fall.
Right.
There are teams that get off to hot starts. They've got all their players, and a couple injuries later, they fall off the map. We never hear from them again. The Padres have plenty of room to improve in other areas to offset what might be a bit of a mirage in their record right now at 19 and 11.
Yeah, I think a couple years ago when the Pirates jumped out to that hot start and they were like in contention for the playoffs, I think a lot of people were looking at their roster going like, I don't think they could keep this up for 162. And then sure enough, I think that year they ended up getting swept in two series, in between with the Padres. I think the Padres swept them that year. And they lost like 10 straight games and just completely fell apart. I think that leans more on what Tony was saying is, that Pirates team's best players were some of the bench guys that the Padres have. And they can't make it a full 162. This is where I think you look at some of the analytics of some of the, the metrics for the stars in a sense of like, all right, well, are they off to a bad start or are they regressing because they're getting older, right? That's what everybody wants to talk about. So you have to look at like their swing speed. You look at their exit velocity. You look at how they're hitting the ball. And a lot of those metrics are showing up positive for the stars. So that's why I think at this point you could be like, I think they're going to be able to fully get it going. I mean, and the other thing too, you look at their overall stats. I mean, do we think Manny's going to hit like 200 this year? Do you think that Jake Cronenworth is going to hit under 200 this year, despite how bad he might be performing? Do we think Tatis is going to make it through the whole season not hitting not hitting any home runs? I think the track record is going to show for the Padres, and when that happens, I think they're going to win even more games. I think that really shows you how much depth this team really has, that they're able to win despite that. They're able to find ways to win. I mean, eventually it balances itself out. I think the game against the Rockies on Thursday kind of balances with the game they had against the Diamondbacks, but they're finding different ways to win, and that's what makes a very good baseball team.
I just want to caution against the thought that once the stars click, because they are going to click, that the team is all of a sudden now going to go 30-9 because add what they've got now to the stars clicking. My best guess is that the stars will start to click, but the supporting guys are unlikely to keep this kind of production up. So it can balance out a little. I just want, as soon as Manny starts hitting and Tatis starts hitting and, what we are expecting, I think people are going to want to win every game now. And it doesn't work like that, unfortunately.
I agree with that. I disagree with that the supporting cast can't keep it up. Because if you look at their numbers, they're not blowing the doors off it. They're not blowing the doors.
Doing way better than I expected. Other than
Campy is the only one that's really like playing well. Everybody else is just doing something here. They get a spot starts. Ty will come up with 2 knocks. but no one is like really like having like a career year off the bench.
True.
It's just been different guys being asked. And this is another thing that Stamen has done well. And he mentioned it maybe a couple weeks ago about Davey Johnson and really learning from him when he was his manager about how to use his bench and keeping those guys fresh and ready, engaged. I think he's done a terrific job with that as well.
All right, Woods, here's what I'm actually getting to. Padres are still on, I believe, a slightly over 100 win pace. None of us thinks this team is a 100-plus win team, correct? We all predicted around 86, 87 wins.
Not until AJ Preller gets to the trade deadline.
Well, we'll see what happens. But
I predicted more.
And you see them in our chat and in our social media, the doomers who say, I told you this team was going to fall apart. Well, yes, they're not going to play 103 win pace all year long. So eventually the doomers are going to be right. And I'm trying to avoid that. I told you so at the end of the year, because I'm not telling you that the Padres are going to win 104 games and pull away from the Dodgers and win the National League West easily. We never thought that. But I'm also trying to tell you that they're a good team and they're playing good baseball for the most part. So I'm kind of balancing that somewhere in the middle.
I think you have to, man. That's the only way to live is in the middle, right? It's the only
Unless you're a pitcher.
Unless you're a pitcher, but you have to live. You have to live in the middle as a fan, as a player, as a manager. You just have to.
You don't have to. You should. It's healthy for you to do that way.
To do it. No, they are an enjoyable baseball team to watch most nights, and I think, if you look for anything more than that, I mean, it happens to the best of them. Dodgers had their A rotation going up against the Marlins. If you were a betting man, you lost a fortune. A lot of money this week on that team. So it's a dumb sport. It makes no sense. But you also get to see some absolute magic at times. And that's what I'm trying to keep in my mind is, boy, the moments already in these 30 games or whatever have been incredible so far.
They have 19 wins, and 5 of them they've been down by 4 or more runs.
It's been
That's
incredible.
a quarter of their wins.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. And so, that goes back to the comment about their identity earlier, man. They don't quit. They're just staying kind of unpanicked.
Woods and I were talking yesterday. In 2023, with all the star power they had, they fell behind 1-0, 2-0, and you felt like the game was over.
Xander said it. He's like, man, it's like we get down 1-0 and it's over. I'm like, wait, it's the first inning. Yeah, he said it's a wrap. I'm like, it's the first inning, dude. But then you start watching that team and you go, now I get it. I'm feeling it because I'm seeing it in your faces. You don't see that with these guys, and that's ultimately a pretty cool team to watch every night.
Already more than halfway home on our Epic Padres Roundtable, brought to you commercial-free by Epic Wings, always fresh, never frozen. Braden, you mentioned AJ Preller and moves he may make in the future. Going to probably have to make a couple of moves pretty soon. Griffin Canning has to be called up to the big league club by Sunday unless he agrees to stay.
He's got one more start,
He's got one more start, and then they got to bring him up. I don't think a lot of people voluntarily agree to stay in El Paso longer than they need to. So my guess is
especially because they're in Albuquerque right
my
now,
guess is he's
Look
going
up
to say,
Don Haskins. I think he wanted to stay in UTEP. He's the only one.
He's going to be ready on Sunday. What move does AJ Preller need to make? And then with Lucas Giolito, I think maybe two weeks and 2 days away from his mandatory call up. They didn't sign him not to use him, so they're bringing him up as well. How are you going to manage your rotation / bullpen with 2 new additions coming in the next 2+ weeks?
Well, we've been talking about this on the show for the last couple of weeks. Obviously seeing the writing on the wall, and barring any injury, and hopefully nobody gets hurt, to make this a more difficult decision. The thing that's interesting with me, I think the Canning move is an relatively easier one, because I think you put Matt Waldron through waivers and try to sneak him down to AAA. I don't know if he's going to get picked up or not. I think out of the group, he is the least likely to get picked up out of the starting rotation. I think that's probably a less difficult move for the Padres. I think it gets really interesting when Giolito comes back, again, barring any injury, because now you have to make the decision that you were supposed to make in spring training, that you've kicked the can down the road a couple of times, of, is it Walker Buehler? Is it Ramon Marquez? I guess now you can throw in, do you want to go with the 6-man rotation? I mean, during that time, you're going to be playing like 18 games in 18 days. Maybe a 6-man rotation is something that you want to do. But then you have to make a decision with the bullpen, right? So now, and Yuki Matsui's expected to come back soon too. His rehab assignment is almost done, and then you got to do it with Estrada. So they're going to have some very difficult decisions to make, in which they have to make a choice. Do we want Herman Marquez, who might give up a lot more home runs, or do we want Walker Buehler, who might walk himself into trouble? I mean, they're very difficult. And you look at their numbers, you could point to positives for why you would keep both guys. That is a decision that's going to be very difficult to make, I think. And there's a reason why there's people making those decisions. It's not me.
I mean, I know this sounds like a fan, Tony. I don't want to lose Walker Buehler or Herman Marquez.
Absolutely not.
And you can't put them through waivers. You can send Kyle Hart down. You can send David Morgan down, but they're very valuable members of your bullpen. Kind of between a rock and a hard place coming up here for AJ Preller.
Yeah. I think the starting rotation is the harder decisions. I think you can, when you really sit down, you can get down to who the guys are going to be coming out of the bullpen.
Do you think that makes it easier to do a 6-man rotation? Do you think they entertain that to keep guys on the roster if nobody else gets hurt or whatever?
The 6-man rotation thing is doesn't seem like a favorite for most teams,
right?
Regardless of how much sense it may make to do it, and
it means your best pitchers have to pitch every 6th game. That's the problem with it. I think
it costs you a spot in your bullpen,
and it definitely costs you a spot in the bullpen. So, you make a great point. You can make a good case for Walker and or Herman when that comes. That decision is a little bit down the line. I think the Cannon one will be pretty easy.
We've seen it before, Chris, where they do piggyback days where you take 2 starters and just give them both 4 or 5 innings, and it's a bullpen day off. Could we see that with a Walker Buehler and combined with someone else? Buehler has been pretty much a 4 to 5 inning guy. Can you just give him another 4 inning guy, whether it's Canning to start, or even Giolito when he gets up because they're not as built up, and just combine him with another starting pitcher?
Seems like a good idea. I mean, I like that better than a 6-man rotation. I just can't. I don't like the idea of Michael King only pitching every 6 games, or Vasquez even every 6 games. So, Buehler did a little bullpen work, and maybe that'll come into play here in terms of, bringing him in the 4th inning. He's been great one time through the rotation, almost every outing. If that's the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings, that could help you win a couple of games like that. So I think everything's on the table, and it's all going to work itself out. It's in the long run, it's a nice problem to have. I know we're all fretting it, and they're probably thinking about it too, but to have too many pitchers is, eventually going to be good for this ball club. So, and I want to just say one last thing, because Matt Waldron's going to be the guy. Everybody can't wait to give the guy the boot and, man, Waldron, and he can't do the job. First of all, he made one bad pitch yesterday. That's it. And it was a bad pitch, and it cost him 2 runs. But that in 5 innings is pretty much all I saw.
Yep.
Number one.
I mean,
when he left
the start before,
when he left the game, it was 3-3. The game before in Denver, he gave up 6 runs. He asked to stay in to eat up some innings to help this team.
Yep.
He did eat up the innings. When he left, it was 6-4. They won that game. He's a number 5 starter. Stop it, people. Everybody wants him to go 6 shutties every time. Nobody gets that from their number 5 starter.
No.
Waldron has helped this team, and I'm sorry, because everybody is just being way too critical.
I disagree. I was at the game. There was some hard contact. One bad pitch, he got bailed out, and I realized they dropped the fly ball, high sky, whatever that was.
Kind of a big deal, though.
Big deal. Yeah, big deal. But Xander bailed him out. Great play. I mean, phenomenal play. But the ball Conforto hit that Jackson dropped, I thought that ball was 50 rows up.
Laureano made a good catch, so I'm going to have to say that one was hit hard.
For me with Matty Waldron, I get the sense that playing behind him is pretty frustrating as well. He's not a quick worker. He is deep counts. Now I also coach Little League, so I'm used to this. It's deep counts, every single hitter. I just can't imagine, You say he's a number 5 starter. I say he's a number 7 starter.
How is he different though than what Walker and Herman have done?
Well, the thing for me is you're gonna need all those guys to get you to the playoffs. There's not one of those guys you mentioned that will make a playoff start, or maybe even appear in a playoff game, in my opinion. Walker Buehler, Herman Marquez, Matt Waldron don't see a playoff game.
I think it's safe to say that Matt Waldron yesterday did exactly what you want a 5th starter to do yesterday.
5 innings, 3 runs.
I actually on the show yesterday I said
he called it.
5 innings, 3 runs.
Right.
That's literally what you need.
Exactly.
Right.
That's asked for.
But that's not the conversation. The conversation is, do you think he's going to be better than Herman Marquez to get rid of Herman Marquez? Do you think he's going to be better than Walker
That's not the
Buehler
conversation
or
either. That's not the conversation. The conversation was that Chris thinks that there are people being far too critical of him as a 5th starter. He has done his job as a 5th starter. Now, nobody's having a conversation about.
I think he's done his job as a 5th starter in his last start. I mean, his 2 other starts. I mean, his ERA is through the roof, and Woods is right. I mean, they're
how is that
ball.
different than Walker's?
His ERA is double Walker's ERA, and I know it's a different sample size,
It's
but
a lot different sample size.
But and this is coming off of 2025, where he wasn't very good in his first
that's
start.
2025.
And it's coming off of the end of. If you look at his overall stats in all of his career, he had a small stretch where he was good.
He was great.
And then that year that he was good.
But no one
the
is asking that.
half-
No one is asking that.
But
He's asked to come in, pitch 5 innings, and make sure, not that what your ERA is good,
You're in the game.
is that you're in the game. He has done that in back-to-back starts.
So who do you get rid of?
Then who do you get rid of?
If Canning's back and Giolito's back,
I
you
think
got 9
I
pitchers.
think Waldron is the one you're going to get rid of.
I acquiesced and said that he's going to be the guy.
Yeah.
But
for
I just
sure.
wanted to duck in before he leaves that we should appreciate a little what he's done
100%.
rather than just
I tip my hat to you, sir.
obliterating the guy. That's
tip
all
my hat.
that's
For
all
me-
I was trying to say.
For
there.
me, watching a guy, and again with the knuckleball, you don't really know where it's going. But the command, it's not an enjoy. It's very Blake Snellian as far as an enjoyable watch goes, and I'm just talking as a fan watching the game. It is excruciating, and it's got to be excruciating to play behind that guy.
Let me settle this, because I think I can ask a question that we're all going to agree on, and we can move on. If they put Matt Waldron on waivers, are we worried that someone's going to claim him and he's going to blossom as a top of the rotation type starter somewhere else?
Stranger things have happened, but probably not.
Not really.
Not really.
So he's not a part of the future success necessarily. The San Diego Padres, he's done his job a number of times, Chris, when they've asked him to.
At least the last 2 times.
And that is a admirable trait in a non-star pitching ball player for the San Diego
100%.
Padres. All right, let's get to something fun. 7th inning stretch time. Non-baseball question. I will be crossing. Chris, you'll be back in this chair next week because I'm crossing off a bucket list item. Next week, when I get to play for the first time, Bandon Dunes in Oregon, heading to the Oregon coast, one of like golf's meccas of planet
Never heard
Earth.
of that.
Bandon Dunes, 7 courses, all right on the ocean. It's like
7 courses.
7 courses, nothing but golf. I'll be in heaven. I've been waiting. It's been open 25 years.
He was telling
I've
me
never
about this
gone.
last week or so.
I know.
excited.
So the question is,
You
what
playing 7 rounds in 7 days?
I'm
or what are you
playing
doing?
8 rounds in 5 days because
Okay.
there's nothing else to do.
Okay.
36 holes, a couple of days.
Wow.
That's
What's
crazy.
an interesting item that you have on your bucket list?
Am I going for? Am I
Go
going
ahead. Yeah,
first?
you go first, Chris.
I didn't have one in mind until about 3 days ago. And before, I didn't know you were going to ask the question. But I do have a bucket list item right now that is about to be crossed off the list. A friend of mine said he was in Dallas, and he went to the JFK Memorial and the
That's cool.
tours and did the whole history of the thing. For about 5 years, a couple of decades ago, I will say, was a JFK fanatic. I read every book.
Yep.
I did every research, found the whole thing fascinating. The movie came out, the Oliver Stone, around that time. JFK, all things JFK was all I could, consume. And I hadn't thought about it for about 20 years until this friend of mine said he went. Told my wife the other day, birthday weekend coming up this summer. We're going to Dallas. I want to do the whole
That's
JFK
awesome.
thing.
That's awesome.
I want to walk on Elm Drive. I want to be on the
See the
grassy
X?
knoll.
Yeah,
Depository.
The whole
grassy
I do.
knoll.
I want to dive knee deep, into it.
It's great.
And so that's my bucket list, and it's going to be met. And I was very lucky, and I haven't hit Tony up on this yet. Just so happens the weekend we're planning, the Padres are in Texas. That was a total coincidence.
So July 6th?
No, it's June 19, 2021. So if you can give me a ticket or two, Tony, I'd appreciate it.
if I'm there.
If you're there, okay.
If Tony can't, Woods will text Skip Schumacher.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Braden, bucket list item?
That's pretty hard. I'm trying to think of like some things I'd like to do. I mean, we just went to there's a lot of cool, we've been able to go to a lot of cool places and do sports trips. I just got back from Boston. I thought was like the coolest thing ever. The Kentucky Derby is this weekend. That'd be kind of cool, I think, to go to that. I know we've had this conversation before, but I think going to Augusta would be kind of cool if you could just as a spectator, you win the lottery to go. I think that would be pretty awesome. I'm not super I like golf, but there's something about Augusta National that would be really cool to say, like, I can't believe I'm walking at Augusta National right now.
Woodsy?
I'd like to live in Europe for about 6 months and hit it all. And I mean all of like Norway, Iceland, or Norway, Finland, all that down through Belgium and Paris, and I've done Paris and London.
Can you still get one of those train passes where you just go for amazing. Like ever?
But I'd like to actually. Whatever. I would love to. My bucket list is to, when the kids are a little bit older and would appreciate it, swap houses with somebody in Paris. They come to San Diego for 6 months. I moved to Paris in their apartment. They moved to our house. And we switch, and then we have a home base, and not hotels. I don't want to go hotel to hotel. I just want to
get your own neighborhood croissant.
That's right.
Coffee shop where you go to in the morning.
Try to
fake the same guy every time.
Fake read the French paper.
Can I tell you though, the croissant is beyond the usual.
It's
ridiculous.
But
so good.
To go for a vacation is great, but to go to like set up shop,
kind of live there a little.
Live for 6 months is probably max.
I'll because I need to pick one other than my golf trip. This is kind of weird, but it has to do with trains. I've always wanted to go to Japan and ride one of those bullet trains.
Oh yeah,
yes.
That is something I would like to do at some
I tried to convince my wife to do that for our 20th
I'll
anniversary.
talk to you after, but I got to go on the China bullet
No
trains.
to Japan or no to the train?
We just went to Korea not that long ago. My bucket list is pretty simple. I've always wanted to do this, but I can't afford it, and that's sit courtside of the Laker game.
Yeah,
that's really.
I can't believe nobody's hooked you up yet.
You knew me when I was a kid. I had the hookup.
I covered the games. He was there every night.
Feet on the floor.
It's like I've done this 1,000 times.
That's why he didn't blink when I said it. He had already done it a million times.
It's funny you
not
brought
wrong
that up.
though. It's one of the coolest experiences.
We had
you got to do it, Tony. You got to afford it somehow. Come on.
We had a couple of local comedians on the show yesterday. Josh Nelson and Louis Santani. Josh Nelson is good friends with Jeff Dye, and Jeannie Buss is tight with Jeff Dye, and she gave him courtside seats to the Lakers that he still has that are in front of Vince Vaughn. So Josh went to the game. He's like, yeah, he went there. He sat courtside. It was awesome. He's like, I looked behind me and Vince Vaughn had worse seats than I did.
That's crazy.
Maybe we got to get the hookup with Josh.
I know Jay Moore. He comes on our show all the time. He's married to Jeannie Buss.
He is.
There you go.
All right.
You guys got to work on this.
I'm not going to say ass, but I won't be mad if you pull it off.
If anyone's listening, my grandpa was the team doctor, so when I was a kid, his seats were better than Jack Nicholson's. I mean,
by the way, that's great.
Right on the floor.
No, by the way, when I covered the team, because we got to sit there covering the team, I saw your grandfather.
Crutches.
I never saw you because I didn't know you.
You can't miss him on his crutches walking out. Someone got hurt. He just walked right onto the court and examined them. I saw a video yesterday of Denzel, who has the court set. He's just getting up, walking over, giving LeBron a hug. It's like, man, those are good seats.
I'm surprised that has not happened for you. I really am.
I've been to a number of Laker games. I've never been.
But whatever you do, Tony, when you get it, don't do the Larry David and tricks.
Never. All right, about 10 minutes
Can I throw in?
left.
I'd like to take to stand at first base while Manny throws over to first from third.
Take a third.
Like it looks like. I just want to stand there. I've done it with like guys like Marcelo Mayer. He played short. I played first. I've seen like guys, Kyle Holder, some of those guys, they can sling it. But I want to be at first, and Manny is just throwing to me. That's what I want. I want to know what that looks like and feels like.
I tell you what, you probably wouldn't have to move your glove very
Dude,
far.
I know. Just
wherever you put your glove, he'll just hit it.
I think Bo could do it, man, at 8, and hit him right in the chest. That would be a huge bucket list.
Epic Padres Roundtable brought to you by Epic Wings, always fresh, never frozen.
So I'll call Jay Moore You talk to Manny.
I'll talk to Manny.
If he gets you courtside seats, you better hook Manny up.
And he's like, "What do I have to do? Are you kidding?
You just gotta throw it to him, man. That's it.
Joking. What am I doing?"
You mean the guy on the morning show? I got to throw it to that guy?
Yes, we got a lifetime contract.
I'm about to say, y'all got a good relationship. This would be easy.
Very
man.
easy. You can ask
You got to
of him,
cash
right?
in on the contract. You should
That's
have put
true.
that. You should have put that in the
deal.
details.
The last couple of minutes, let's talk about the biggest story in baseball this week: the firing of not one but two high-profile managers so early in the season, and Alex Cora and Rob Thompson. Two guys, from all reports, knew what they were doing, hadn't lost their clubhouses. Their teams simply were off to ragged starts. Tony, are they justifiable moves by the team? I know there's nothing that's not really justifiable in baseball at this point, but I mean, you play the game. These are not incompetent buffoons that they fired in April after just 30 less than 30 games.
No, Boston's just as a circus. I think that let's start there. Their priorities from ownership down have completely changed from what it was, seemingly from what it was when they were winning titles. They have a lot of other interests, it seems like, that don't include the Boston Red Sox, and so you get what you get at there. I as a former teammate of Breslow, I never pegged him as a GM. He's a super duper smart guy, and that's kind of part of the problem. And so on the flip side of that, I understand the idea of needing a new voice in the clubhouse, because you're right. It doesn't sound like they lost the team. They're just off to a bad start. But the idea that Dave Dombrowski fired Rob Thomas and then tried to hire Alex Cora,
very Dombrowski move.
He brought him into Boston, so it made sense. I think they're different situations.
Yeah.
And I think the reasons are different why they did it.
Have you ever seen a former player in a role like that with less feel, though, than Craig Breslow, with at least some of the things that know him, the things he says? I've never seen somebody with less feel, a guy that spent, I think, 12 years in the big leagues.
That's his accusation. That's the thing that people accuse him of, is being a robot. And I haven't met too many players that have ever seemingly had this little feel.
Yeah. You know what's kind of the irony? AJ Preller, who kind of looks a bit like a robot, I think has an incredible amount of feel.
Yes.
For players.
Maybe too much feel sometimes.
Personalities, clubhouse, atmosphere, and things like that.
That's because he grew up, or his teeth were cut as a scout. And having to have personal relationships with these players, he recognizes the value in it. And it seems like Breslow doesn't.
Yeah, the stuff I saw coming out of Boston, man, there were some people on board with the move. They're tired. They're tired of losing. And they're tired of losing. That's what it breeds, malcontents. And but what you said, Tony, about the priorities have shifted. DeRosa had a real good rant on it the other day on MLB Network, and he said, "Yeah, they're satisfied to back into the playoffs at 84 wins. The old Red Sox, no shot. We want the East. We want blood. We want to kill and maim." And it's when the priorities change, and then you're not spending the money that you should have spent, to bring guys like Bregman back for guys like Roman Anthony and Marcelo and all those guys. He says it's criminal. It's criminal in Boston.
But that's been the knock on the Mariners in recent years. Yeah, 84, 85 wins, and we'll get lucky one year. And last year they nearly got to the World Series. I mean, it can't work.
They were intentional, though. Deadline came. They made moves that showed, all right, we believe that we can accelerate this thing, right? On the flip side, the Red Sox are doing the opposite. They go out, if they make a move, it's like a small move that doesn't move the needle at all. And,
or a big one that moves it in the wrong direction.
Moves it in the wrong direction. Exactly. We don't even think about those ones. But yeah, of course. And it starts going back to Mookie, right? I mean, and then Bogey. He was the next.
And Endeavors.
And so, like,
Don Orsillo.
Those are things that indicate to the fan base that used to be what drove ownership to make the moves they made. They're still the same fan base. They still are asking for the same thing, but it now seems that it's falling on deaf ears as opposed
The
to what it
bottom
used to
line,
be.
though, Ben, is this is absolutely absurd that you're firing managers 25 games into the season. And in both cases, I think what you guys are talking about, it's the people in charge that are to blame for this. And it seems in the Red Sox case, you brought a guy in who thinks he knows everything and doesn't. I think in the Phillies case, honestly, I think Dombrowski has become Dombrowski. And I think that he didn't recognize that his team was all getting old at the same time.
Yeah.
He should have moved on some of those players a year too soon, because now it's a year too late. And I just don't know that the Phillies are going to recover from that. But, blaming managers, it's crazy to me that can even be possible. And you look at the Mets and the Astros, there could be two more right behind this.
Yeah, unless there's a riot or something in the clubhouse.
That's a different situation. But
because you do get the sense both of those teams will turn it around a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know about Boston.
Maybe not.
I don't know about Boston.
Gentlemen, we are out of time. Chris, you'll be back in this chair this week. I know what people are thinking. Ben, how can you take 2 golf trips in 3 weeks? The answer is because I couldn't find one to go on this week. And they did 3 out of 3. For Braden Sopranet,
You thought all day for that line. That's
Tony Gwynn Jr. and Chris Ello. I'm Ben Higgins. Thanks for joining us on the Epic Wings, Epic Padres Roundtable. Talk to you next week.
Every hit, every trade, every Padres rumor. Yeah, we're talking about it.